What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, guys. It is your boy TD. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter at TD Fans Talk, Instagram TD Fans Talk. You can also check out my videos at dolphinstalk.com, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, everybody? Y'all hit the like button on your way in the room. What's up, first mod in the building, Finsanity 5. I see you, Rip, shortly after. Very depressed right now. It's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right. I'm trying to make some sense of it all. But yeah, man, the Dolphins are doing what they need to do. They are getting these cuts done, man. They chopping everything up right now, man. They getting rid of all the dead weight, and some of it isn't dead weight, guys. Some of it is practice squad material. It's just coming in the form of a cut. But it's only right for an organization to cut a player and tell them, hey, give you a chance to actually go make another 53. And if you don't, we probably want to have you back on the practice squad. So keep us in mind. So a lot of that is happening. I know one of the biggest surprises for a lot of people is Tank Carradine has been has been cut. That is definitely a surprise. And, you know, whenever I give a second thought of it, I thought he was going to make the roster. But when I give it a second thought, I don't know why I thought he was going to make the roster. I remember we got excited for a 3-day period with Tank Carradine, how he kind of came out a little, emerged, showed big, and we can't forget at that moment we were struggling at the defensive end position. Like we got zero production. And he came in, made a few plays. Everybody was like, oh, Tank Carradine might be turning the corner. But we never heard of him after that. So at the end of the day, I can't be mad at that. I can't even be shocked. First thought, I was like, Tank got cut. Then I thought about it like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, when I put things into perspective, what has he really done outside of those 3 days that we were like, oh, Tank Carradine's having some good play? Nothing, guys. Nothing, man. So I'm not mad about that. Now, it's unfortunate, especially not bringing Clowney in. But, hey, Clowney obviously just didn't want to come to Miami. The deal was done, but he was actually extra adamant that I don't want to be in Miami, so I'm not signing the tender and I'm not coming in. And, of course, the Houston having the rope around their neck said, man, where do you want to go? Seattle? Okay, let's see if we can call them and get something done. And ultimately they did, man. Yes, that's on Clowney, not us. I don't know why people making it seem like the Dolphins lost. I mean, not so much lost, but we screwed up or anything like that. Clowney didn't want to come. And matter of fact, people should be proud that your organization is willing to go out there and get a player like Clowney to make this roster even better. That's how you have to look at it. But there is a flip side of it too, though, Ron. Exactly, Ron. We shot our shot, you know. But there is a flip side of it. The flip side is that shows you that Miami has a reputation at this point that we have to repair. We have to repair the reputation.
I got them some pizza.
Oh, you can send mine over there. Thank you so much.
You don't want pizza?
I mean, how long are we going to be here?
What do you mean? Oh, I just got you some lunch.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'll be out to eat it in probably like 10, 15.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you.
I got the good side.
All right, thank you so much, baby. TD, you were right about the QB situation. And they doing Riddick right too, man. They cut him to say you played well this preseason. There might be a team out there that wants to bring you in. They're giving him his due diligence, and if not, he will be on the practice squad. He will be on the practice squad. They'll bring him back to the practice squad if that ends up being the case. But our reputation needs repair. And let me tell you the only way that we're going to repair our reputation, we have to start winning with what we have. The only way that next offseason we're going to bring the right free agents in at the right cost without having to overpay just to bring them in, we're going to have to win with what we got. It's that simple, man. That's why I'm telling you guys, get behind what we have and wish the best for it. Because in order to bring in, instead of having to go get a $13 million right tackle to say, yeah, we solidified the spot, and we see a $6 million right tackle who's just as good out there, in order to bring him into this organization, we are going to have to win with what we have right now to prove to certain players like the Jadeveon Clowneys of the world that Miami making moves, they doing something serious. You could tell they're just one or two pieces away, and I could be that one piece. I could possibly be that one piece. But until that happens, we're going to be in this mode where it's official, actually. Let me say that. It's official. Miami Dolphins has officially become an organization where players do not want to come unless you overpay them. And to add insult to injury, who don't want to be in Miami Beach? We all know everybody want to come to Miami. No state tax on top of that. Everybody want to be in Miami. But the Miami Dolphins over the last 20 years have built such a bad reputation now. And what happened with Jadeveon Clowney doesn't do anything but add on top of that reputation, even though we ain't do anything wrong but try to pursue a good player. It kind of confirmed for some of the top players, I'm not going there unless y'all giving me that, y'all opening up the checkbook. Where the bag? Give me my bag. Give me my bag. Pay a 20% premium over everybody else, and I'm coming. And we did stuff. Matter of fact, we done had this problem for years now. It started with Ndamukong Suh. He was the first one. Truth be told, Suh didn't care about coming to Miami. But Miami had that bag, and they had it right. And can you blame them? Players only treat the organizations that they look at as clowns like that. You think they're going to take a meeting with New England and think that they're going to talk about give me the bag? No, it's certain teams you're not going to disrespect like that. But the only way you become a team that you don't disrespect like that is you got to start winning with what you got. And I beg everybody on this stream right now to try your best to absorb that type of attitude of let's go win with what we got. Let's try our best to win with what we got. And try to stay under on the salary, though. And in that process, that means we're going to lose some of what we got. Let's keep trying to win with what we got. That's the only way that we're going to be coveted around the league by players that say, I'll come play for the Dolphins. I'll come play for the Dolphins. And you know what? I ain't trying to rip y'all. I just know what y'all got going on over there, and I want to be a part of it. I want my name to be mentioned with the greats of winning Super Bowls. And that's what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I heard about LaShawn McCoy getting cut. Frank Gore coming in, getting McCoy cut. That's Frank Gore did that, y'all. I'm telling you. They're like, nah, we only got room for one veteran, baby. And Frank Gore done came in here and did his thing. Hey, man, Frank Gore, man, I told y'all last year Frank Gore was the truth. I don't even know why people surprised. They done saved like $6-7 million or something like that off the deal. Frank Gore it is. Clowney is in Seattle. He did not want to come to Miami at the end of the day. The deal was already done. That's why he had to come out to the organization in Houston and reiterate, I'm not signing my tender if you send me to Miami. We already had the deal done. We already had the deal done. And yeah, that's his loss, but we got to prove that it's his loss. Let's not jump out there and automatically say it's his loss. We have to prove that it's his loss by winning with what we got. And Houston had no choice. They wanted to deal with Miami. He wasn't going to come in and sign that tender if that was going to be the case. Y'all know where I stand. I wanted them draft picks. I wanted them draft picks bad. And I think that we'll go ahead and re-sign Tunsil on an extension. But I'm going to tell y'all straight up, don't be surprised if we don't. Don't be surprised if we actually let him walk. Don't be surprised if next offseason your first round pick is a left tackle while Tunsil is still on the roster. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. New England style. Couldn't have said it better. It's what they did last year. Traded for an all-pro left tackle just to rent him for 1 year because they drafted a left tackle and said, let's get this kid a year. And they might do the new guy, whoever they draft, just like we did Tunsil when we drafted him. They might put the new guy at guard. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't just start the new guy at left tackle and put Tunsil at guard. Would not be surprised. We made 2 trades for a guard and center. Yes. I think those are plug-in players, but you can't underestimate coaching. I think the 2 offensive linemen we just brought in, the guard and the center, are plug-in players for depth, but you cannot underestimate coaching and what our coaching staff might potentially do with them to potentially make them starters. I mean, it's safe to say the center ain't gonna be replacing Kilgore as the starter, but that center might also be moved to guard or right tackle. Who knows? But I like that we brought some more players in for the position. The center is real, not depth. Hold on. So, and I'm asking you, Ron. You say he's going to replace Kilgore right now or next year? Is he going to start right now? Is that what you're telling me? Bowman's going to replace him right now. Start right now. He was with our O-line coach with the Colts. Oh, I know. But I'm trying to understand. You're telling me he's going to replace Kilgore right now. I'm not sure about that. When he learns the playbook, yes. Okay. Reason why I say I'm not sure about that, we can't sit here and act like Kilgore's been a problem. He's actually been one of the strengths of the O-line. Him and Tunsil. He's been one of the strengths of the O-line. But, at the end of the day, time will tell. But I'll tell you this about Boone. He wasn't a staple with the Colts. He wasn't a started every game player, so I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if I could fully agree with that. Kilgore only played 3 games in 1 quarter last year because of injury, though. Because of injury. We're not going to make it seem like he only played that because they plugged him in and out and he just was a replacement. He was a day 1 starter. Yeah, I know he old, but they're going to get every penny they can out of the old guy this year. I know what you're saying. But Bohm could be the guy that replaces him if he gets hurt or next season. Or they might try him out moving his position. Who knows? We're going to find out, though. Time will tell, man. 6-10 this year, and then you leave a question mark. The answer is no. 11-5. We got to win with what we got. We got to win with what we got. And we're not done. All these players out here getting cut. The Miami Dolphins organization is scrambling in the office right now. Some of these surprise cuts, let me tell you what they are. Some of these surprise cuts, like a Tank Carradine, here's what it is. Hey, come in the office, Tank. Here's the deal. We like you. We decided to cut you, but we would like to have you on the practice squad, but I sincerely want you to think of the fact that we might actually have a potential to move you back up into 53. No guarantees, but we might actually have a potential to move you back up into 53. And here's why. We're cutting several players right now that we believe, if this is the only opportunity we have right now, would make the 53. There are at least 4 or 5 guys that we feel can make the 53, but we're cutting right now, and here's why. Because we're going to sign some of these guys out here that get cut as well and bring them into this organization. The issue with it is we have to list them on the 53 right now just to secure them. We got to sign a few deals. And if they work out in the first week or the second week, then those guys officially, they're the 53. We're going to bring in some guys that we want to move around and see if there's some better options. And it doesn't even necessarily mean it's the defensive end position, your position. We might be bringing in a lot of offensive linemen just to figure out our situation. And those who don't work out, at the end of the day, if we have room on the roster, you're one of the guys that we're looking to consider of bringing right back onto this 53. So I don't want you to take this deep to heart or anything like that. We notice the work you put in. And, of course, it'll be nice, but this is a business. We got to do what we got to do to maximize this roster. So right now we're making the cut. But just know, worst case scenario, you will be on our practice squad with the chance of actually ending up on our 53, all right? But keep grinding no matter what happens. And, hey, somebody might actually pick you up out there, and that'll be a loss for us, man. It'll be a loss for us. But, hey, at the end of the day, keep grinding. I love your work ethic. Hopefully it all works out no matter what. Shake hand. Bye. That's what it is. It's what it is. That's some of the conversations they're having right now. Same conversation they had with Jake Rutter. We actually see your value, man. But right now, we have to, there's other positions that have high importance and worries that we got to fill that roster spot, but we want you here on this team. We want you here on this team. These conversations are being had right now. So all the ones that are surprise picks, guys, surprise cuts, those are the conversations being had. But you know the crazy thing about this roster? Technically, there's no real such thing as a surprise. We all know who our core was going to be. Yeah, Nick DeLuca, same conversation. Same conversation. But it's funny how Kiko cleared his locker room out before anything even took place. Kiko cleared his locker room before anything even happened. Reports came out this morning. Kiko already cleared his locker room, and there has been no official cut or trade. He just cleared it. He already knew what time it was. TD had to leave your video yesterday. Don't like it when you scream at your subscribers. Sorry, Samuel, man. There are moments where it ain't for everybody. I get it, homie. We have some of the best scouts, many in upper management. I would agree. I will wholeheartedly agree. And right now, they are scouting their behind off. The only issue right now, we're already deep rip at the linebacker position. But right now, they are fighting right now for certain players. See, here's the deal right now. Greer and them out there saying, hey, we want you to come in over here. But the person's agent is like, dang, 12 teams want you to come work out for them. 12 teams interested. Who's giving any guarantees? All right, man, 4 of them giving guarantees. So these players, some of these players out here that have been released are highly coveted throughout the league. The scouts are all on it, and the teams are like, we want them. Hey, we'll sign them to an $800,000 contract. Some of these guys are lucking out right now getting guaranteed money. Little bit of money, but it's still guaranteed money. Right now, signing deals. And teams are taking chances on some of them. See, our linebacking core are stacked and not one-dimensional. They can play the run and cover. I definitely agree, Jonathan. And that was ultimately Kiko's downfall. He can play the run, he can tackle, but he can't cover worth nothing. What good is it if you let the man catch the ball and you always in the trailing position and make the tackle? Oh, another tackle for Kiko. He had all those tackles. I don't care about all them tackles. He got them because he got beat. That's not what I saw. In what regards? You got to let me know. You can have talent, but are you what's best for the team? That's the question. Garrett, that is an underrated statement question. It's so true, and people don't think like that when they think about football. All they care about is bring in the talent. We want the talent. But that was a spot on comment. You can have talent, but are you the best thing for the team? What we're trying to do, the scheme. People don't get that. People don't get that, man. Cam Wake ain't the type of player that would fit in this scheme. There's certain players that are beasts, but they don't fit in this type of scheme. Because we need you on a defensive end position to be able to back up and pass coverage as well. Real Tupac say he a Saints fan now. He just got his mod status revoked. Oh man. What's up, folks? Look at Breon, the stranger. Man, we ain't seen you in a while, man. You must have been hanging out with the Cowboys sports talk for the last few weeks. Or still depressed that the Hurricanes went down. One of the two, man. What's up, man? Let me see. Nick Needham is gone. Yeah. Yep. But what did I say? I thought I had him. Did I have him not making the cut? Hey, man. Got you live. Yeah, man. I'm glad you're here, Flipside. Hey, y'all hit that like button. I think we're actually 4 subscribers away from 5,400. Let me check real quick. I think we're 4 subscribers away from 5,400. Well, actually 7. 7 subscribers away from 5,400. I counted wrong. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, y'all hit that subscribe button. Thank you for your love and support, guys. Been a rough week, TD. Just showing my face. Hey, man, it's all right, Bree, man. Keep your head up, bro. It's been a rough week for me too, man. Had to go get checked out last night. My back hurting, man. Just been in pain, man. Just one of those little uprises in my body. Let's get to 5.4K. Oh, it'll happen today or tomorrow, man. My goal is by kickoff, we want to try to get to 5,500. So we got a week to get about 105 subscribers, man. 5,500 is the goal. If y'all want to help me out, reach that goal, y'all take the link to this video. You sure? Okay, cool. Y'all take the link to this video and y'all go share it on Facebook, go share it on Twitter, go share it on Instagram. Show your love and support. All you got to do to help the channel is hit that share button, copy the link, and just go to one of your social media platforms and share it. Go to one of your Dolphins fan groups and share it. And I'm telling you, y'all can help me get to 5,500 before the next game like that. So if y'all help me out, it will be greatly appreciated, man. I see the Twitter account is picking up, TD. I know, man. I know, Bree, man. It's actually popping right now, man. I got some help on it, some greatly needed help, man. Got my Twitter popping a little bit, man. So y'all check me out on Twitter too, man. We trying to do better things now, man. We trying to do better. Man, hey, TD, it's a good thing that we haven't drafted yet. Several of the players I picked in early fantasy draft have been cut. Shh. How do people draft before preseason, before the 53-man roster? That's what I don't understand. How do people have drafts before the 53? That don't make sense. That makes no sense, man, at all. The logic in that isn't very sound. Proud of you. Thanks, Bree. Exactly. Hit that like button. Word 4 and 12. Go Gators, man. Why you keep on giving these bad records, man? The Gators are not gonna go 4 and 12, man. They'll do a little better than that. Ha! You see what I did there? Yeah, tons are mad at the Luck retirement draft so early. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Well, it still ain't as bad as I remember the year I drafted Brady and he tore his ACL the first game. It still ain't as bad as that. Now that's bad. That's bad, man. Because this team is not a good team. The Gators are a good team. Stop saying that, man. So let's go FAU. Go Gators. Let's get to the CBF playoffs. Yeah, they got a good shot, man, especially playing Miami early in the season because Miami going to have a good season overall. Yeah, but that is injury. I'm talking about the Florida Gators. I know you are. Go Gators. I can't. It just can't come out of my mouth that you're talking about the Dolphins. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing to you, man. I think we can go 7-9, 6-10, or like 8-8. People underestimate the power of great coaching. Thank you, Garrett. Everybody's prediction has no coaching factor in it whatsoever. Everybody's prediction, ain't having no coaching factor in it. And rightfully so, though, y'all. I can't get mad at people for saying we're going 3-13, 6-10, and all of that. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. I'm not going to accept it. I always tell you you're wrong just because I'm a fan, right? But rightfully so. But my record prediction of 11-5 has coaching written all in it. Has a coaching factor written all in it. And many can say I'm being optimistic about the coaching factor. I just don't believe I am. All right? I don't believe I am. I believe it's going to be what it is. But Flores and those guys, man, they got to prove it to y'all. They got to prove it to you guys. And I look forward to them doing that. All right? That's my real stance, y'all. That's why I feel the way I feel, because coaching is going to make all the difference. The crazy thing is, guys, we won 7 games last year with horrible coaching, and all of us can admit that our coaches at least lost us 2 to 3 games. Like, with all those crazy injuries, we still could have made the playoffs with the right coaching. And imagine without the injuries. This is going to be a beautiful season, man. But we got a tough test in week number 1. Baltimore Ravens. I can't wait, man. It's going down, guys. It's going down. I'm going to start my Baltimore's Ravens coverage on Monday, and we're getting ready for the week. Well, maybe Monday. It's the holiday. I may go live a few times, so the real coverage will start Tuesday. But, yeah, man, it's going down. And everybody who's going to be in the Fantasy Money League, I already got 8 people who paid. I know I've gotten over 30 people who said, yeah, they want to play for the Money League. Email me, and if I reply to your email, I'll tell you go pay on PayPal right now. But you got to email me. And everybody who's already paid, which has been about 8 people, the 8 people has paid through PayPal. And 1 person paid via Cash App. And that's the money sign, TD Fins Talk. That's the Cash App. All right? So if you're going to be playing in the Money League, you need to go in and pay. So I already got 8 people who have paid. Now I emailed you the link to the Yahoo through the PayPal, but it doesn't look like that's working. So I'm going to have to go through the regular email. So email me and confirm that you paid and what is your name on the PayPal so I can link it and say, yeah, that person paid, and I can send you the link. Because the PayPal email ain't working for anybody whenever I send you the link via PayPal. So I don't want y'all to think I stole your money. No, just email me, say, TD, I paid, and my PayPal name, the way my name is written on PayPal is this, that, and this. And right then and there, I will reply to you. If I have it with me, I'll reply to you with the link at Yahoo, the Yahoo Fantasy. All right? So don't forget, guys, I don't want nobody to say I done stole their money or nothing like that. All right? I ain't got time for those games, all right? But I have gotten 8 people's money, and 6 of those 8 has not even registered, and I'm just going to think that you didn't get the link the right way. So email me so I can send you the link. It's that simple, all right? The free league, we already got all 20 players. We are drafting on Sunday at 7 p.m., tomorrow at 7 p.m. barring any emergency or anything like that. But if anything changes on that time, you will know before the end of the night. All right. Tony Adams cut as well. Yeah. Hey, I sent my money for the paid league. Okay, I can reply to you now. Let me see. Am I in the money league? Not yet, Bree. If you want to be, make sure you just go to the PayPal. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Make sure I got this correct for somebody real quick. All right. Well, that's the wrong league because that's the 20 people league. All right. Fitzpatrick, the best QB in the league. First 4 games. Check the stats. Hey, all I need is him to be the best QB in the league this year for the first 4 games. That's all I need. That's all I need. Start this season off, first 4 games, being the best QB. Get us some W's. That's what I want to see. All right, Finsanity. I just sent you the link to register because I did get your money. I just sent you the link. Go in. Go in, register for it, and I'll get a notification. Fish Patrick. Got it. Go register now so I can make sure it works so I know nobody else should have an issue. All right. What's your email? How do I email you? In the comment section below of every video, you'll see my tdfinstalk@yahoo.com email. All right. We still have Kenyon Drake. Good. And if you're well, all the cuts ain't done. Nah, but of course we're gonna have Kenyon Drake. If Kenyon Drake going, it gotta be via trade. It ain't gonna be no cut. It's not gonna be a cut. Pete ain't giving up that 100. Pete already squared it away, man. Pete good, man. He done squared it away, man. Where are you watching the same preseason? Were you watching the same preseason? 3-1 begs to differ as that's just the start. I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else. I'm not sure where that comment is from. When you have to pass the ball on the goal line, Listen, I'm telling y'all now, stop worrying about that O-line. Let's see what we get game 1. That's all I care about, man. Of course, we're going 19-0. 32nd draft pick, baby. How you just cut TJ ramming like that? Man, give it up, Rip. It is what it is. Someone explain to me how our defense is going to be elite when they are going to be on the field the whole game. Pete, you funny, man. Oh, man. Finsanity 5, I just got the confirmation that you joined the Money League. You are officially inside the Money League, all right? The Packers should get LaShawn McCoy. He available. I can never, ever give it up. Well, you're going to have to, sir. You're going to have to, all right? 0-4, first 4 games. Pete, man, don't wish evil on your team, man. Don't do it to yourself. 3-1 preseason don't mean much, but they are already establishing a winning mentality. Yeah, I mean, records don't mean anything in preseason, but let me tell you what I did see in preseason that's refreshing. Let me tell you what I did see. I saw a defense who's playing for each other, playing together, and playing very well. That's what I saw. I saw a defense who's going to be the surprise of the league this year. Not only that, I also saw an offensive line. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. I saw an offensive line that looked better than our offensive line last year. And that may not be saying much. We're out of hangers, by the way. Yeah, well, I mean, we done broke so many, and they've been breaking so many.
We've been buying stuff.
Yeah.
Where's the iPad? Do you have it?
Oh, right here. No, I don't need it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You good?
Bye, guys.
What, you about to take a nap?
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
All right. The O-line did 100%.
Okay, I think you got an email. You have some emails coming.
I got it. I got it on my phone.
You got it?
Yeah, that's people signing up for the fantasy. Seattle Seahawks cut Earl Mitchell. Of course they did. Of course they did. They just got Clowney. I mean, people underestimate the simple fact that you bring in people, you got to let some people go. It's tough keeping them. Salary, man. Salaries. It's tough, man. I got this, TD. This office is going to be better than have we have talent on the O. Yes, man. I really do believe that our offensive line is going to actually surprise people. See, they're not going to be elite or great, but they just might be enough to get the job done. See, that's all that matters. Do you have enough to get the job done? Do you have enough to get the job done? That's all that matters. I'm glad you're not screaming today. Me too. Clowney doesn't want to have to play the Patriots 2 times. He doesn't want to get embarrassed. Now, you know what I thought about it too, Ron? I thought that when Flores and them met with him, it wasn't, no, man, we need you here, we want you here. It was, listen, man, we trying to build something special. I coach hard. I don't play games. He gave him that real raw truth and just told him straight up, we want you to be a part of this unit. We want you to put yourself aside. This ain't about you. He gave him that straight up. It is what it is. And he probably was like, nah, I want a team that's probably going to like, come on, man. You know, this is going to be your defense and this and that and treat you like that, like every team treat LeBron James. You know what I mean? You know, you could be the diva. You could be whatever you want. I think that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Devontae Parker going to be catching passes, Pete. Man, it's going to be an exciting year just seeing what comes out of all of it, man. Earl Mitchell. Listen, my thing with Earl Mitchell, because somebody keep asking, Rip keep asking me, should we go after him? My thing with Earl Mitchell is we can go after anybody we want that has talent, but at the end of the day, what's the price? It ain't a case of should we go after him. We should take a look at everybody. Yes. What's the price? What's the price, man? But you also got to understand, we got some cap this year. We got cap this year. We got some money. We still got money. Earl Mitchell old. He not expensive. Yeah, but that ain't the thing, Rip. The thing is, he's an old guy. He ain't that expensive. But when 10 teams are like, hey, we could bring the veteran in. Now he got to say, hey, I'm only worth this, but hey, who willing to give me an extra $1 million or $2 million? So it ain't just whether he ain't expensive. It becomes a little bidding war just to have that extra little piece of talent and depth. What do you think of the new offensive linemen? I think those guys are plug-in guys. Ron made the point earlier that Bohm is a possible starter. I'm one who doesn't believe that he's going to come in and take Kilgore's position at the center position. It could happen. I just think that those guys provide some depth, and also those guys are going to provide opportunities for us to work them out and get them acclimated and see if they can add value to the offensive line. It may not even work out, you know? So we shall see. Good point, TD. The same as Shady McCoy. Yeah, it's a bidding war right now. It's a bidding war. Why did we cut the young D lineman? Which one? Hope they utilize Grant more in the offense. This ball is going to be spread around, guys. We're not going to have a primary guy. Josh Rosen said it himself. This offense demands so much of the quarterback. It's not for one specific guy. It's about spreading the ball around, finding the open guy. Rosen explained it well. He said it's not about hiking the ball. That's where I want to go. It's about hiking the ball, using your peripheral, and surveying the field of what's coming open. Being able to find the open guy. And that's what a lot of young quarterbacks have problems with, is hiking the ball, knowing where he want to go, and when it's not open, oh, okay, where is everybody else supposed to be and where are they going? That's not good, man. It's not good. You know who executed this offense very well? Finding an open guy? Jake Rutter. When you watch this kid play, in his eyes, he looked amazing doing it. Oscar, I'm subscribed to YouTube. I think this is great. I'm wondering if I can join your fantasy football league. Oscar, I'm assuming that you're talking about the money one. And if you're still here, Oscar, go to PayPal. I'm going to respond to you, bro. PayPal me now. All right. Let me see. Defensive end will be Harris, Orchard, Hendricks, Ledbetter. I think they may still bring one guy in. I think they still may bring one guy in. And Ron, you've been saying it all this time. A lot of people have been overlooking Hendricks. I hope he can emerge to become a guy that we can feel like we can rely on as a primary guy, but we shall see, man. And both went undrafted. Hey, good pickup on that one, Ron. Good pickup on it, bro. I trust me, I wasn't even noticing it. All offseason, I haven't been noticing the progressions that Hendricks have been. I mean, I've noticed Ledbetter, but Hendricks, I haven't even been giving the kid his due. But I'm gonna keep my eye on him because I hate to miss out on somebody who's gonna emerge as one of our leaders in the locker room as far as his play, backing up his play. So we shall see. Nate Orchard, what's going on, TD? I'm great, Minister. I'm just a little stiff. So if y'all see me kind of moving and stuff like that, I'm a little stiff, man. My neck and all that still bothering me, but hopefully it gets better. Rosen, third string behind Ruddick. Man, I like Hendricks. He's going to be great. I've been saying it from the beginning about Hendricks. A lot of people have been telling me. I just haven't, been giving him a lot to do because it's hard whenever you're not getting a lot of and that's wrong of me, relying sometimes on the headlines like, oh, Hendricks with the sack, Hendricks with the, or with the break, the disruption. That's bad on my end, but I'm gonna keep my eye on the kid, man. If he emerges, that's a good thing. Like you said, going undrafted. And if he turns out to be what you all believe he's gonna be, look how much greater our defense is gonna be. Look how much greater it's going to be. Just from that aspect of it, man. Just from that aspect, man. These cuts are happening out here, y'all. It's real. It's real. So do y'all think we're going to be able to trade Kiko Alonso with that bad contract? Do y'all think that that's going to happen? And if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. We're 5 subscribers away from 5,400. We want to hit that, so show your love and support. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. We got 153 people in the room, 87 likes. Let's get it over 125. I know we can, guys. No, cut him. Well, they're going to try to get something. I'll watch him at Pitt. Get well, TD. Going to be a great season, man. I agree. Didn't Brandon Marshall get cut the last 2 teams he was with? I believe so. He's out there now. Probably want to stick with extra running back and wide receiver. What I told you yesterday, Rip. I told you they probably do want to stick with the extra running back. And I don't think they want to stick with the extra running back like they're going to use all of them. But the talent that we've seen at the running back position, they're going to stick with it. I think they're going to go with the extra running back too, for the simple fact of you can still use one of those guys as trade bait. Don't think Drake is in the clear. They're going to use some of these assets that's coming up for their contract. Let me tell you why I also think Tunsil, Kenny Stills, Kiko Alonso, Kenyon Drake, some of those guys were up. Like, let me tell you one of the main reasons I felt like these guys are possibly going to get traded. Because this is a new regime. You're coming in, the new regime is coming in saying this guy's on a contract year, and we're supposed to pay him more money based off. You see what they did to Jakeem Grant. The only reason they did it for him is because That's the most team-friendly contract. He got to earn it every year. He got to earn it every single year. He only guaranteed 1 year, and that's this year. But when it comes to Jakeem Grant, Tunsil, and everybody else, so we're coming in on a contract year. None of these guys were Pro Bowlers. None of these guys were all pro. And we're supposed to give them a little beginning of our tenure here. Otherwise, I mean, we're a new regime. We can ship all of them out and build up our stock in draft picks. And now we bring in our guys. There's something to be said about that, y'all. There's something to be said about that. Bringing in our guys. And I know some of y'all, well, some of these guys, most of these guys are Greer guys. It ain't just about Greer. It ain't just about Greer. It's about Greer and Flores, that connection. Bringing in our guys. So I'm literally gonna say none of these guys are safe. I've been telling y'all this whole time about Kiko. Now look, man, clearing out his locker room. Don't even know if he's getting traded or cut yet, but clearing it out. Kenny steals all the rumors. Kenyon Drake was mentioned in trades. Laramie Tunsil mentioned in trades. And then people like, oh, thank God Tunsil wasn't traded. Y'all act like he's off the block. If a team bringing the right price, he's still on the block. Anybody in this NFL on the block for the right price, man? Anybody. 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 But those are our aspects. We don't need to, I think you meant assets. We don't need to trade them. I know they ain't our future, but we finding pieces for this team, bringing in our future. Okay, let me say this, guys. In all actuality, technically, our head coach's first offseason is 98% in the books. He only got 1 week left. So, you know what? He has completed his first offseason. Our head coach and general manager together have completed their first offseason together. Now, we don't usually grade off seasons, but y'all tell me in the comment section, give me Greer and Flores together. Give me the grade for their offseason. Give me your grade for their offseason. What goes into grading them? Keeping the necessary talent that you want to keep. Finding new talent that nobody could have thought of. Developing talent that was here, made it better. Those are my 3 things. And you add the Greer piece in it, signing new deals the right way. Everybody's giving an A and a B. A and a B. A and a B. I got the first C from Joseph. I would love to see why, but I got the first C from Joseph. A, but it's a little too early for a final grade. Well, it's not too early for the off-season grade. How did they do this off-season? And this is based off of how you feel at this point. I know it's still some unknowns. But with what we do know, that's what I'm saying grade. If I was to grade this team myself, I would give our connection of Greer and Flores, I would give that connection a very strong A-. I would give them an A-. I would. And I want to explain that. Okay? First and foremost, they took an approach that many of us didn't even know that they would take. We actually thought that we would be players and bringing in 2 or 3 big free agents from day one. A lot of people thought that. But what did we do? In all actuality, we were technically non-existent in free agency. We were non-existent. And then when that first week passed and we were like, well, they might be bringing in some of these leftovers, we were non-existent for the people, the veterans in this league and the people that people know who they are. We were non-existent. And some people said automatically that would drop your grade. But what did we do? We brought in freaking 60 players. We brought in 60 players without any recognition. We brought in draft picks. We brought in AFL. We brought in CFL. We brought in undrafteds. We bought them all. We played the numbers game. And we won. Out of all of that talent that we brought in, it's all talent. If you're even mentioned in the NFL, it's talent. Some of them just don't work out and it ain't working out. You're not looking good. But they all have talent. It's just, does it fit on the team? So y'all name, because y'all probably name them better than me. Put it in the comment section right now. All the undrafted AFL, CFL, unsigned free agents. Y'all put in the comment section, name all the talent that we brought in. All the talent that nobody else took a chance on. Name them in the comment section. I'll start with the first one, the most obvious, Sam Egwavon. Jonathan Ledbetter. Keep going. Y'all know him. Sam Egwavon. We got more, though. We got more. Preston Williams. Great one. Eric Rowe. Preston. Dwayne Hendricks. Kenneth Farrell. J. Ron Elliott. Miles Gaskins. Well, we still got to see on some of them. Ledbetter, Sam, Jonathan, Preston. Mark Walton. Good one. Patrick Laird. Ooh. Nate Orchard. The Dolphins, Washington. We still got to see a few final cuts on some of these names, but some of them y'all already know. Chris Lemons. Now let's see who actually pays attention on this channel. We're 4 likes away from 100. Hit that like button, guys. Let's see who pays attention. 4 months ago, 3 months ago, I said we done brought in 50, 60 players. I said for this to be a win, this approach to be a win, how many of them do we need to actually make the 53-man roster and work out? Y'all put it in the comment section how many I said. Because we just named 10 guys that's probably going to make the roster and can legitimately be the future. We just named 10. But how many did I say that needed to work out? All we needed was this or this. It was an or. It's 2 numbers. Let's see if y'all get it. Bam. Wendell already hit it. He remembered. I said all we need is 3 or 4 guys to step up. And all 3 or 4 of them ain't even got to be starters. 2 of them can be good, solid depth. I said all we need is 3 or 4. And if you get 3, you still won. If you get 3, you still won. Because there are some teams that bring in, because other teams ain't got the luxury we got. Other teams sign all these free agents and gave them $2, $3, $4 million contracts. Some of these teams didn't bring in undrafted people. They got 10, 15, 20 undrafted, people on their roster when we got like 30, 40, and 50. I said, if we play this number game, and what's going to happen is it's going to take great coaching to develop that talent. It's going to take great coaching. And we named about 10 freaking players that are going to make this roster that were undrafted or CFL, AFL, and all of them are going to contribute to the roster. That's the beautiful thing about this roster that we have. Almost every single one of them will be contributing. Day one. Day one. And I said we would have won, y'all. I said that's all we're looking for. That's all we're looking for. And we found it. We found it, guys. And we got it done. You have to credit coaching on that behalf and the front office doing that. And the beautiful part about it is these players are new to a new team, a new scheme. Imagine tenure building with them and continuing to coach their craft, how much better they still can be. We can't sit here and act like all these guys are who they are and this is their ceiling. How much better they can be, how the Hendricks of the world can actually 3 years from now be talking about, man, we just signed him on an extension. Great job. And these are the moves that I told y'all would take this rebuild perception to a whole new level. This rebuild perception to a whole new level. No, we're just re-gearing up. We're reloading. And you know the most beautiful part about what we found out of those possible 10 players? I'm actually going to say about 7, y'all. I'm going to give it about 7 players that we found that could be the future on this team. A huge part of the future, at least. I'm going to say about 7, not 10. Y'all named about 10, but I'm going to say about 7. But I can tell you now, out of those 7, I can almost guarantee you 3 to 4 of those guys might be starting next year. 3 or 4 of those guys might be starting next year. And you're right, Daniel. Depth. We got depth. Not only do we have depth, Flores came out himself and said, one thing I wanted to make sure we gave this team this year was depth. And we accomplished that. We accomplished that. Not only did we accomplish that, but let's take some players that's been in the league on this roster right now, y'all. And I want y'all to name those players too. The players that's been in the league that we either brought in or were already on this roster and they've actually improved their play. Name them in the comment section. The players that's either been in the league or they were already on this roster who has improved their play on this roster. Name them in the comment section. Let's see if y'all can name a few. Eric Rowe, I must agree. Tough as well. Nate Orchard, Bobby McCain. Well, I can't say Kenny and Drake. They actually, I can't say that at all. Oh, you naming something else because you talk about Gore and all of that. I'm talking about on this roster now. Bobby McCain, Nate Orchard. I can't say Drake. I ain't seen nothing to tell us he's better. Not yet. We got to find out. Wiltz, been highly regarded. Rosen has improved. I would agree on that too. I'm surprised that I read all of that and then November Ray had to be the first one to tell you who the biggest improvement was. Freaking Jerome Baker. How he's seeing the game right now, I'm surprised all y'all ain't say his name first. Ruddock, yes. Unfortunately, he didn't make the first cut. Charles Harris? Nah, I'm not even going to give it to Charles Harris. I want to see more. I said Baker first. My bad, Ron. I didn't see it. Forgive me, man. Balaj, I ain't see enough to say Balaj improved. I got to see it in the regular season. Yeah, he did some great things in camp, but when it comes to Drake and Balaj, I got to see it in the regular season, man. I can't say that those guys improved. But my point in all of this is the first category was Greer and Flores in coaching. Let me not say Flores, all the coaches. because we brought in a good coaching staff. But this second one is all coaching. The players that were already in the league, the players that was already on this roster, look at the improvement that we got out of some of these players. See, we can go to Google right now and type in Miami Dolphins. You ain't gonna hear nobody talking about this. The stuff that really matters. Winning with what you got because you got coaches that are developing talent. You got coaches that might be making Jerome Baker a top name linebacker in this league. Ooh, Lord knows, I hope not. Ooh, I hope not. I mean, yeah, I hope he becomes a top linebacker, but I just hope it don't become that notice. Oh, my gosh. And if so, if they notice by the middle of this season, they might be wanting to talk to this guy right now about an even earlier deal. I don't know, because I hate for him. Oh, man. Because y'all ignoring the fact that when you got great coaches, you're ultimately going to have a salary cap situation where you can't keep them all because you're always going to be developing great talent. Not bringing in great talent. There's a difference. Bringing in great talent forces you to have less on the roster because you got to pay them. Developing great talent will allow you to have a plethora of it because you ain't paying them no much because you're developing them. You got them at a price where they had to be developed to become somebody, and you did it. Mike Gesicki, another one. I'm not sure. Got to let things play out. It wasn't big enough for me to say, yep, wasn't big enough. Sam Eguavoen, who is that? My point exactly. My point exactly. A no-name. A no-name. Making a name. I love it, man. I give these guys an A- because they were patient. They didn't pull. Just imagine, y'all knew we need better linebacker play. Imagine us going out of free agency and bringing in an $8 million linebacker and cutting Kiko Alonso. Or trading Kiko Alonso for a top linebacker in the league. A good one. Spending $8, $9, $10 million. People would have been excited about it. But how do you feel now? Having DeLuca as a good backup and having Eguavoen possibly going to be starting. How do you feel now? How do you feel now? That's what patience gets you. And good coaching. It got to be a combination. Good coaching and patience. We could have been $8 million in the hole right now for the linebacker position just because of that. But I feel good now. It's all about the team. Exactly. DeLuca got cut. I really do think that they're going to bring DeLuca back, though. Hold on. He just sent me something. I think they're going to bring DeLuca back on the practice squad and elevate him when necessary. They're going to elevate him on the regular roster if they have the opportunity to. That's why I'm still including his name. I actually like what I saw in DeLuca. I find it hard to believe that they're not at least trying to secure him on the practice squad. But the tough thing is he might sign with another team. 3 cuts left. I haven't even seen the updated roster to see who all is left. Rip, man, do you know TJ Ramey? Because, boy, you were riding TJ Ramey real hard, man. Ugh. Ooh, 7 wide receivers still. Hey, I haven't even noticed. 7 wide receivers still. Man, I need to y'all. Where's the updated depth chart at, man? I don't know why I ain't looking at that constantly right now. And people say 3 cuts left. No, it's probably 6 left because they still gonna be bringing in other guys. Parker, Stills, Hearns, Wilson, Grant, Williams, Ford. Yeah, that sounds about right. Is updating constantly. Bryce Butler. Yeah, I know Butler out. Shocking. For me, for real. Is Lemon still here? Bryce Butler got cut. Yeah, I actually was shocked about that, y'all. But it makes sense. It's Isaiah's time. If Isaiah Ford makes the final cut, it's his time. It's his turn. And less money. Fastest dude in the league, Terrell. 3 cuts left. No Bryce still on our roster. I thought I did hear that he got cut. More Miami Dolphins cuts with tight end and cornerback taking hits. Miami Dolphins make first surprise cut, releasing Tank Carradine. Yeah, we already know about all this stuff. Ain't nothing new. Lemon's still here, yes. If Lemons get cut, it's gonna shock me because, like Flores said, you want to make this roster, then show me on special teams. Lemons was all over it, man. He was all over it. Center guard Tony Adams just got cut. I should have kept my sheet with my predictions of the final roster. I made a mistake and got rid of it. Make sure I check to see. I was already off because I had Carradine on there. And I also had I believe I had Bryce Butler. Yeah, Butler got cut yesterday. He's making the team. Devontae Parker, Isaiah Ford outplayed Bryce all the way in preseason. And you know what? I think that last preseason game was the final straw because Isaiah Ford had a little bit better outing because you notice they put those guys out there. It was Isaiah Ford, it was Butler, and one more guy who primarily played. Man said, I'm riding TJ Raymond too hard. I didn't even know who Tony Adams was. And they wonder why I don't give everybody, airtime. Bryce Butler, because I don't be knowing who some of these guys are. They got to make me want to know them. Bryce Butler might go to the Giants. Possibly. He's a veteran. He'll find work. How do I check roster? Mo Smith got cut. Hearns making the 53. Renal. That's a good one, man. Let me tell y'all something. They might go extra wide receiver and extra running back, man. Because let me tell you why. Because I really do think that Kenny's still on the block. Drake is still on the block. If they don't trade him, then okay. But I think those guys are still on the block. They're still on the block. And good point. Sean said, no, not Sean, but who said that? He said didn't see anything from Hearns except the fumble. Let me see. Wait, somebody said something about the Jets. Bryce Butler to Jets. Shake Money. I don't know if that's true, Shake Money, but let me tell you something. Look for Jets, Pats, and Buffalo to pick some of these guys up, even if it's just to bring them in and end up cutting them. Because they want to know what's going on down here in Miami. That's not that crazy now. Y'all know how it goes. Y'all know how it goes. Some of these guys will get signed by default just to know what's going on in Miami. And you know these guys be going to snitch. Snitches, man. Straight snitches. Truth be told, I hope Flores is smart enough to know that, hey, we're not plugging in what we're really trying to do, the real plays and all of the new part of the playbook until tonight. I hope they're sending everybody a playbook tonight. The updated one. Because that's how it works. Y'all better understand that. It's an investment to bring in a guy from Buffalo, the Jets, or the Patriots right now. Because that's 6 games. That's 6 games. It ain't just your week preparation. It's 6 games. They do this stuff, man. Yeah, Adam Gase was doing it all last year. 2 weeks before we play somebody, we bringing them in. The next 2 weeks before we play somebody, we bringing somebody in that was cut from them. They do this stuff. They do it. That's why preseason is vanilla. Let's run base things and evaluate our talent, evaluate our weapons. Now it's game week 1. Here's the real. Here's what we're going to be trying to do. Here's what we're going to be trying to do. The only guys that probably, they know who the guarantee guys are. They probably told those guys, hey, this playbook ain't for you to be sharing it for everybody on this team. You can go ahead and get a head start because we already know what time it is. You can go ahead and get a head start because we already know what time it is. I sure hope that's how they doing it. I sure hope so. Mike Hole had an early injury, I believe. Ryan Fitzpatrick throws a bomb to Kenny Stills. Man, we're going to see some bombs, man. It's for the updated cuts. Raiders just cut wide receiver Keelan Doss. That dude, we should sign him. Why, Ron? You want how many receivers you want, Ron? How many you want? But hey, some of these guys that's getting cut could be an upgrade. They could be looking at players like Isaiah Ford at the back end of the roster. Is there any guys out there better than him? It's possible. It's possible. We don't need no more wide receivers. I agree, but if you find a better talent to make your overall unit better, it's possible. I want Parker and Stills gone is why. Well, Parker ain't gone. That's just a waste of $5-6 million like that you get no production from. He's not gone. Parker ain't gone. He going to be on this roster. Unless you just want to throw away $6 million just to say you got a slot. Just to say you got an open spot to bring somebody else in. Because you're paying him $6 regardless. He going to be on this roster, and as soon as he's healthy, they putting him on the field. And according to them, the injury ain't supposed to be crazy serious. He's supposed to be back. But we'll see. He's supposed to be playing. We shall see. I be on Madden. Can't even decide who to play. That's Ron O'Neal, TD Superfly. Okay, I have officially moved on from TJ Ramming. Thank you, Rip. No dead money on his $5 million. You're still paying him, though. You're still paying him. But I get your point on the dead cap. Albert Wilson. What about him? We need Kiko off this roster. Trade him for a fourth rounder. You ain't get Kiko for no fourth, man. Because his contract bad. His contract bad. Who's the veteran that cleared their locker before cuts? Kiko. There's reports that said Kiko Alonso cleared his locker. We ain't cut him or trade him yet, but he cleared his locker. Then they say a few weeks ago he requested a trade. I mean, Kiko got to understand, you were hurt. Sam Eguavoen came in and made the most of it. I don't know what that's about. Does he not want to compete? Just say, hey, kid, you good and all, but let me show you what time it is regardless. Your best ability is availability. And on top of it, y'all got to understand, Kiko Alonso is a veteran who's in a peculiar situation. You got to understand, in the mind of a Kiko Alonso and his agent, these are like the conversations they're having right now. Listen, Kiko, man, you've been a good linebacker in this league for a while. We got to try our best to figure out how we can get you one more good deal before you start going on that 1 year at a time like most veterans. That 1 or 2 year, but only one guarantee, you know. We got to figure out how to get you your last three-year deal, you know, see if we can find you a 3-year deal somewhere. And you're on the Miami Dolphins roster right now, and the problem with that is, number one, they got a lot of talent that's a whole lot younger than you and costing them a whole lot less. Not only that, they're going to be running a scheme where everybody's going to eat. Everybody's going to eat. Your numbers might not be staggering great because you're not going to be on the field as much. You're going to go from being on the field 90% of the time to probably about 50 to 60 because everything's getting spread out. And that's not good for our future as far as your next contract. Because the truth of the matter is, regardless of how good you are, these other general managers are going to look at your production and your numbers. It's just not set up right for you. You might want to ask to be traded now to a contender that you can contribute and make a name for yourself. You might want to be traded now. Because it's not looking good for your future deals if you're not. That's what's happening. That's what Kiko's dealing with. That's just common sense, man. We need burials. Wasn't Polite a big deal last draft? The Jets just cut Polite. It's crazy. Polite cut. Wasn't he a third-round pick this year? This year? TD, are you prepared for the hurricane? Yeah, I'm good. I mean, if it even comes, man, it might just go up the coast. We'll see. But I'm prepared. Alec Jeffrey is Polite. Was released. We have got to pick him up. Whoa there. Why did Jets cut him? Once again, guys, it's a bidding game. We can all say we got to go pick him up, but come on, man. We can all say we got to go pick him up, but it's a bidding game. All these players out here getting looks from multiple teams, flying them out, wanting them to come do something for them, work out for them, or come join our team, or come join our practice squad. We got a potential for you to possibly move up. And the agents right now are saying, all right, which one of these teams that like you right now are thin at the position that actually gives you a good chance? These guys ain't going to sign with the Dolphins unless we're thin at the position. That they could see where they could come in, work hard, and possibly make it for themselves. It's like a receiver being available out there talking about, oh, I'm going to come to Miami. That's not likely. If they do come to Miami, you're probably getting the bottom of the crop. Because they can look at our roster right now and be like, oh, it's going to be hard for me to make it in that locker room. A linebacker coming in thinking they're going to make it in this locker room, it's going to be hard. A running back, make it in that locker room, it'll be hard. And don't let them be a veteran trying to get a decent amount of money. Oh, it's going to be real hard. Dolphins record prediction 11-5, baby. Let's go. Super Bowl. Maurice Smith, about time. Teams don't cut current third-round picks. What was the problem? That's the issue, too. What's the problem? I couldn't be happier with didn't trade for Clowney. Polite fits our scheme because he's like a 3-4 defensive end. The Jets probably used him as 4-3. Flores will know better. And if they did bring in a Polite, that's a two birds, one stone. He's a Jets player. He know what they're trying to do over there, maybe. That's interesting, though. That is interesting. Third round pick. What was going on with that? But you also got to realize a lot of people are going to cover him and want him. And if Dolphins did want him, they would have an advantage. First of all, he was cut. Second off, the contract kind of changes. Third off, the Jets cut him. He want revenge. Show them why because that's embarrassing for a third rounder to get cut. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I'm a third round pick and I got cut from my team. Usually your draft picks don't get cut. Your draft picks don't get cut, man. But he got cut. It's embarrassing. He would come to Miami and have a chip on his shoulder. That alone makes me want us to pursue the option, look into it. And then on top of it, that ship led by Adam Gase. So you can't put any credibility on them cutting him. You can't put any credibility that, oh, he just sucked. No, he on Adam Gase. I can't tell you who suck and who don't when it's under Adam Gase. Him coming to Miami is him coming home also. Shh. Advantage. That'll be a good move. That'll be a good move just to see if this coaching staff can oh man. Get off that man Adam Gase. Huh? Packed stadium last night at Hard Rock. Wow. What was going down at Hard Rock last night? Who y'all talking about? Oh, Polite, man. 3rd round pick, defensive end with the Jets. Was cut. Smelling salts Gase. Do the eyes again. What? I mean, that's just the eyes. Gase crazy, man. You at the game Sunday, TD? You better know it. Embarrassing, TD. That UN prospect got chopped. Yep. Concert, yes, Rolling Stones. Okay, I got an email yesterday. Somebody was like, "Hey, man, I got 2 Rolling Stone tickets. You want to come out here?" But I was just like, I was actually busy because I was working on my back and stuff. But I was just ignored it actually. I didn't even know if it was real. I'm at the game Sunday. Cool. Because I got to give you a shirt too, Rip. Seeing Rolling Stones is like watching TV with 70,000 people you don't know. Gay's face. What cut surprised you the most? Surprised me the most. None of them really surprised me, man. I mean, I was like, man, we cut Jake Rutter. I thought he would have earned a roster spot just from, he earned it. But nothing surprised me really, man. I mean, we could say Tank Carradine. At first, that surprised me the most, and then I had to take a step back and think about it. We only raved about this guy for 3 days and thought that he would work out opposite Charles Harris. But then it was like, we ain't heard from him since. So I'm not surprised. And probably DeLuca. You're right. Probably DeLuca. That means Gaskins making the roster. I don't know, man. Y'all got to understand. They're not going to – I don't think they're going to cut it down to 53. They're going to cut it down to like 50, man, because they're going to make room to bring some other players in on the 53. Or you're going to see some immediate moves. Here's our 53. The next day, we've released this player, waived this player, and signed this player. We waived this player and signed that player. You're going to see a lot of that. We have made room on the roster by waiving this player. We have officially signed this player. Tank came out of nowhere. Didn't need him. Dead bodies. I was shocked when we cut Bryce Butler. That was a little shocker too, but look at all the talent for cheap on the roster. You probably saved over $1 million on that cut. I got to look at the contract, but you probably saved some money on that cut. He a veteran. I don't think he was getting no minimum. Didn't get a notification. What did I miss? Sorry, George. That's shocking, man. I think a lot of people got the notification. Y'all hit that like button, guys. All right, let me do one more check. But you didn't miss much. We just kicking it right now, man. Talking about these cuts, talking about around the league, other players that's getting released that could be in Miami. We're 2 subscribers away from 5,400. We're at 5,398. If we got 2 more out there, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, show your love and support, guys. Thank y'all for showing your love and support. That'll be sweet if we can hit it right here and right now. But y'all hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel and want to join TD Fans Talk, guys. CTD, someone is with me. Okay. Thank you, 55 Book. I like you. You have a clean mouth. Others have to use God's name in vain. Oh, well, I don't make it a habit of cursing, all right? That's something I just don't do. Now, your general curse words that are in the dictionary, you might see them slip on, one out of every 100 options, you know. So, one out of every 100 options, you'll see the typical ones that are in the dictionary come out. But outside of that, I have a vocabulary where I don't need to replace words with explicitives um, too often at all. All right. TD is a good man. Only on Saturdays. Let's be honest with the people, man. Only on Saturdays. All right. All right. We got another individual just joined the fantasy league, the money league. Cool. Um, TD a good role model. Only on Saturdays, guys. Let's be honest with the people. uh, You said it a boo boo words. Yes, a boo boo word yesterday. Oh, well, forgive me if I did. It was probably that one out of 1,000 times where I had to. Congrats on 54K. Oh, did I hit it? Did I hit 5,400? Let's see. Nice, man. We had 5,402. And one more time, let me go ahead and tell y'all now, I'm trying to get to 5,500 before kickoff on Sunday. That is my goal, to reach 5,500 before kickoff on Sunday. How can you help me do that? You can go hit share on any one of my videos, copy the link, go to YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. Go to Facebook, post it, let everybody know about me. Go to Instagram, go to Twitter, post it, let people know about the channel. Outside of that, just let your friends and family members know about TD Fans Talk as well, man. We're building a community over here. I remember when I used to tell you all the same thing when we were at 300 subscribers, trying to get to 500. Guys, help me out. Let your friends and family members know about the channel. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Right now, we're pretty much growing about 500 subscribers a month, and we're on pace pretty soon to be growing about 600 or 700 subscribers a month. But we shall see. We've been putting in about 125 a week. Just so you know, we've been adding 125 people to our channel per week, and it's just been amazing, man. Bringing new people on board, and of course, I'm kind of filter free. I'm gonna be who I am. I'm not gonna just try to conform and not be me. So that comes with losing subscribers at times, and we understand that. That's all good, you know. But thank everybody who's been riding out with me for the since a minute ago all the way from the beginning, man. I appreciate you guys. You help me do this on a full-time basis. You help me do this consistently. And that's kind of why I do it, is because of you guys. Because I remember being on the other side of the screen, just searching. Where's some good Dolphins content? Where everything I found was negative, negative, negative. Everything I found was hating, hating, hating. Everything I found gave me no hope for the team that I love. So I said, hey, that means there's an opportunity there for me to provide it, and that's what I try to do. So thank everybody who show your love. Thank everybody that show their support. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all greatly, man. I definitely do, and I really mean that sincerely. And trust me, if I get out of line, y'all always let me know, and I apologize just like that. So I love y'all, man. If you unsubscribe, that's trash. Speak for yourself, Rip Tupac. Some people, they make their decision. It ain't trash, man. They just being who they are. If they feel like they don't want to ride out over here, there are other guys they can ride out with, man. There's nothing wrong with that. We can't look at it either way. All right. You always do a good job. I appreciate that, Turd Ferguson. I appreciate that. Love you, man. I predict Saints sign Alonso. Man, I don't care where he go at this point. Well, I hope we get at least a 7th round for him. Something. I can barely listen to the fake analysts. And my analysts ain't always going to be the popular, because it ain't just telling people what they want to hear. Yeah, I mean, y'all think I be playing when I tell y'all how many subscribers, how many people hit me up and said they were unsubscribing to the channel because I was delusional to think that that they would not start Josh Rosen game 1. They literally emailed me and messaged me, hey man, I've always rolled with you, but I've reached my point where I had to unsubscribe. I got literal messages in my email. I've rolled out with you so long. I actually like what you do, but I just can't stand your take on Josh Rosen. My final straw was you saying we weren't going to start him over Fitzpatrick. That's just terrible analysis, and now I have no faith in what you deliver. I have no faith in what you deliver. I'm sorry, but I have to unsubscribe. And almost all of them, I just gave them kindness. Please don't apologize. I'm actually glad that you're standing up for what you believe. You're always welcome here. But at the end of the day, I love you. Take care. That's all I do to them. That's all I do. And then you got the other people who hit me hard with nastiness. Who hit me hard. And let me say this too. Stop trying to put me and other Dolphin YouTubers against each other. For all the haters, of course. Stop. Man, one of them telling me, bro, I just can't listen to you anymore. Talk about Josh Rosen isn't going to start. It's a no-brainer he's starting. That's why I'm just going to listen to Doug now. I'm like, I'm proud. I'm happy that you listen to Doug because he gives a great take and analysis. But time will tell on this Rosen thing. Stop trying to put me against other YouTubers. I'm straight with all of them, even if any of them aren't straight with me. Let's get that straight now. I'm straight with all of them, even if they aren't straight with me. So I want to make that clear now. No need for y'all to be trying to stir up this war battle thing. It ain't happening over here. I'm a grown man. You think I got time to be going through this and that like that? Come on, y'all stop that mess. All right? Shout out to G Firm with the donation, putting some color on the screen. He said, what's up, my brother? Whether we agree or not, I ain't going nowhere. G Firm the homie, man. Shout out to you. Appreciate your love and support, bro. Hey, and like I tell him, G Firm, time will tell, man. Time will tell. Time will tell, man. Time will tell, man. Saw a wide receiver list, no Parker on it. Oh, I don't know. Every person that has no football knowledge are the only ones hating on TD. TD, no, they might have football knowledge, but they may see the game different than I do, and nothing's wrong with that. Some of these guys got football knowledge, but their perspective on winning and how to win is different. It ain't no different from these head coaches in the league. Man, believe it or not, if I gave my philosophy on winning, which, to be honest with you, is right in line with what our front office is doing right now, and right in line with what Belichick and those guys are doing, what y'all have to understand is this. Literally, there's probably like 25 coaches in the NFL right now that disagree with that philosophy, even though it's been proven and works. There was an article that came out on Yahoo Today. That the highlight. Let me see if it. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me tell y'all what the title was, and watch this. It's amazing to me. I got to give y'all the title of the article. Let's see. Oh, let me back up. I'm going too fast. Oh man, did I miss it? Here it is. And a part of me made me feel like, man, it made me feel like somebody wrote this article towards me because I totally disagree. All right. Patriots way has often been a bust elsewhere. The article says the Patriots way has often been a bust elsewhere. First of all, I'll push back on that. I'll push back on it because do you know how much it takes to execute the quote-unquote Patriots way? It ain't even the Patriots way. They just do it the right way. It's not their way. They're just doing it the right way. That's what people don't understand when they're like, oh, we're trying to be like the Patriots. No, we're trying to do it the right way. It just so happens that's what the Patriots do too. See, when more people finally get smart, more teams get smart, and they start doing it the right way, Now it's not going to be a battle of who got the right way. It's going to be a battle of who does it the right way the best. And that's what the Patriots have not had to contend with for years. Another team who's doing it the right way. The only thing the Patriots contend with are the teams who load up to threaten the right way. But it's been proven those load-ups aren't long-term sustainable ways of winning. They aren't long-term sustainable ways of winning. I can go spend all the money in the world when I got a small rookie contract for my quarterback. I can spend all the money in the world, gear up and put all the weapons. Yeah, you're going to challenge the Patriots. Talent is going to challenge them. You might even beat them in the Super Bowl. But just that year. It's not a long sustaining way of winning. Because it's not realistic to have that much talent on your roster long term. Because as soon as you win it, everybody's up for their new deal. At least 10 of them. And you can't pay them all. Then you're never the same. The Eagles loaded up to beat them. Did they not? They loaded up. They got it done. And now everybody coming up on deals had to let a whole bunch of them go because it's impossible. Now they right back to being the Eagles. The Chiefs are doing it this year. Loading up. Got a good chance to win it all. But when the rubber meet the road, and those people want their new deals because they Super Bowl champs now, and then you got to pay your quarterback, it's not long-term sustainable. So when I see an article that says the Patriots way, the Pats way, has often been a bust elsewhere, they forget a simple factor. A team can go out there and try to build their roster the way the Patriots do and say, we're only going to spend $20 million on the O-line instead of what everybody else spent in 37. We're only going to spend $19 million on the D-line instead of the 38 that everybody else spent. We're going to put up all our money in the secondary, in the secondary. We're going to do it the Patriots way. That ain't the freaking Patriots way. That's just the Patriots way of handling their books. But what about the Patriots way of coaching? What about the Patriots way of schemes? You know what the Patriots doing this year? They're transforming. And they started this last year, y'all. They know how to adjust to the climate. They started it last year at the end of the year, and that's what got them on that run that took them to the Super Bowl. They realized we can't no longer run and gun. Hurry up offense, running and gunning. We can't no longer do that. We don't have the personnel to do it this time. But we do have the personnel to be a power team, big body receivers that can block. We got that. So that's what they transformed into. Keep the defense A1. Now we got to change our offense to a power team. And this year, right here, they actually went even further. Now they're even more of a power team. Outside of Edelman, they got all big receivers. They got the Bryce Butlers, the Isaiah Fords, the Preston Williams. They got the Devontae Parkers of the world. They got all big, speedy wide receivers that can do one thing well, and that's block, as well as what they do, running routes and catching the football. Why do we need to make sure these guys can block? Because when we running around that corner, we want to make sure that our receiver at least holding his block because our running back's going to eat. We trying to gear up this offensive line so that we can be a power football team gouging it down the field. We ain't got the same team anymore that's going to dink and dunk and just be moving fast. We don't have that dynamic anymore. They know how to change. They know how to adjust to the climate of their roster and to the climate of what's trying to stop them. So if you understand the right way of doing it, you'll understand it ain't the Patriots way. It's just the right way. Anybody can do it that way, but do you know how to do it that way? So since they are the only team that's been doing it that way, Since they've been the only team that does it the right way and consistently, now they've earned the right for people to literally call it the Patriots way. They done actually owned it. Do you know that while we're starting to do it the right way, they're going to peg us for the next 3 years of, see, Brian Flores took that philosophy from New England. They're doing it the New England way, and now they're winning. They're going to associate us for doing it the New England way, but I'm here to tell the Miami Dolphin fans, we're not doing it the New England Patriots way. We're doing it the right way. We're doing it the freaking right way. And the Patriots are going to be the only team that realizes it's never been our way. It's just the right way. And now the Dolphins are doing it the right way. Now we finally got competition in this league for long-term competition. We finally got long-term competition because we got two teams doing it the right way. And the messages in the locker room for both coaches are going to be going forward. Both teams are doing it the right way. The real battle now is who's going to do it the right way better? Who's going to do it the right way more consistent? Who's going to do it the right way in a TNT style where it takes no talent to not make mistakes? It's that simple. It takes no talent to become a team blessing. It doesn't. No mistakes will guarantee the other team's pressure. People don't understand that is a huge part of football. No mistakes will guarantee the other team pressure. Imagine half the games that we play, we got a chance of doing something special in a 10-yard penalty. We done made it to the 30-yard line. We should be guaranteed at least 3 points. 10-yard penalty for holding. No mistakes guarantees the other team pressure. That aspect of football alone. You know what? Let me say this before I say it. This is a straight up guess in the top of my mind just based off of my conventional wisdom. Erase every mistake, and any team can say this, and this is the point I'm making. Erase every mistake that you made by 50%, and you're guaranteed to make the playoffs. Take away half the mistakes, especially the Miami Dolphins, always going 6-10, 7-9, 8-8, 9-7. Take away just 30% of the mistakes, and you're guaranteed to make the playoffs, man. People underestimate that if you don't make mistakes, the other team has so much pressure on them. It's such a surplus. See, when they make mistakes and you make mistakes, it's just a wash. But when you don't make mistakes and they make mistakes, it's a major surplus. Massive surplus. And guess what? That has nothing to do with X's and O's. It has nothing to do with X's and O's. Mistakes make you punt. They make you punt. Has nothing to do with X's and O's. It has nothing to do with who's on your roster either. Oh, they ain't got no talent, but you know what? They don't make mistakes. Somebody gonna mention that. They gonna pick up on it. 3rd and 20, exactly. Somebody gonna pick up on it when we winning games. I mean, this is the team that's been stripped of talent. How have they been able to do it? Well, Flores brought in a philosophy of TNT, and that's made all the difference. Somebody's gonna recognize it. It's crazy when people say we're going to go 3-13, 6-10. I don't think your assessment in the record, or maybe it does take that into consideration because maybe you just think we're going to keep on making mistakes. But by making that a focal point of your team, no mistakes, by making that a point of emphasis on your team, should, in theory, reduce it just like that. Just like that. By making it an emphasis. Didn't notice we cut Torrey McTyer and Dwayne Allen. Yes, we did. Well, I knew Torrey McTyer was going to get cut. Y'all fall in love with new coaches too fast. I'm falling in love with what our coach is doing. I ain't falling in love with the coach. I'm falling in love with what he's doing. With what he's doing. Speed baller. The Brian Cox big hit don't work anymore. I agree. Some of the guys who are infamous for that, Mika Fitzpatrick at times, he got to sacrifice that body of his a little more. He's always where he needs to be. But he got to start sacrificing that body because it's going to hurt sometimes when you rapping. You just getting all the knees and all the pounds. You're getting it all when you actually making a solid tackle at times. Oh, it's brutal. I'm be honest with you. That's why they do that too, because it's easier. And they assume, okay, hopefully this either slow them down or clip them up. But it's brutal to be a good tackler in this league. It is brutal, especially you can't go too low with your helmet anymore. Man, you getting all the knees in your chest and in your chin. Whew. I see why they do it sometimes, but sometimes you just be like, man, that was third down though, bro. And you was in position to make the play. But you let them get the extra 2 yards because you didn't sacrifice that punishment right there. I see it all the time. That's why I love what Jerome Baker and Egwavon do. They've been playing fearless. They've been actually trying to get a little dirty. They've been trying to feel the pain. And that's and that's why Flores say, we try to play with more toughness. I'm trying to make guys tougher. I'm in love with the physicality of the game. These are Brian Flores' words. I love the brutality of the game. That's what he said. I love the brutality of the game. Because if you execute that brutality, not only are you laying punishment on someone else, but you taking it is going to get you so much more respected. We'll see. But I look at stuff like Flores saying he wants high character, smart guys, then turns around and signs Mark Walton. I think you got a misperception on high character, what someone can mean when they say high character. And smart. When you say you want a smart guy, you want a guy who understands football smarts. I don't care that you're a nuclear physicist. Nobody care that you're a nuclear physicist. We're talking about smart on that field. High character guy, when you're out here on this field, are you trying to be one of these dirty, nasty players? High character guy, off the field, are you going to lead by example and be a role model? And I know what you're ready to say. That's what I'm talking about. Why would he sign Mark Walton? Sometimes we ask questions that Flores answered himself already. Maybe we just didn't like the answer. Flores, why would you bring in a guy like Mark Walton? Because they asked him the same question you're saying. Well, I'm one who firmly believes that everyone deserves a second, third, fourth chance. Who are we to write people off in life? He's a leader of men. If y'all understand anything about being a leader of men, you take it personal to want to be a major factor in changing that kid into becoming someone who has great character. If you understand what it means to be a leader of men, You take that challenge on every chance you get yourself to look at somebody who's at their lowest point, who has done nothing but make bad decisions. And if you can see the potential in them, if you can see it. And Flores, who am I to judge what he saw? If you can see that potential in him, it's a challenge that you welcome more than anything. I want to take that on. These are the differences that I can make in a man's life. Giving him a shot and mentoring him myself to be a great citizen. Who knows? You might look up 5 years from now and Mark Walton is a part of a dual threat in the backfield leading the way. Who knows? You never know. Drake Orbalage may not be on the roster, and he might be that guy doing just as much community work as Kenny Stills. He might be the guy that had the same bad rep as Laramie Tunsil, the one that caused them to drop, but somebody took a chance, and now look at him. Has Laramie Tunsil even been a hiccup in this league? Has he even been a hiccup in this league? Some would say he has bad character for being with a bong and stuff. That's what some people would say. But one thing TD never tries to do is become God and judge people. But we should all want to be like Jesus and help save them. Just my take. That's just me. Just how I look at things. I ain't trying to throw that all on y'all to be the same way. That's just how I look at it, man. That's how I look at it. Mark Walton's hella talented. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that, man. Mark Walton about to re-up with his first game check. Maybe. And this coach would have known it's not going to matter for him. Or maybe he's going to make great decisions with it. And realize that he's learned from his past. We just don't know. But I ain't going to be the one to judge and just write him off. I'm not going to be that one. Do you think Van Ginkel will blossom? He has a great opportunity to do so. I actually hope so. I mean, it's a lot of unknowns at this point. Even the guys that we feel that have come on and done so well, we got to say Ravens, 1 week away. Let's see what they look like against starter competition the entire game. Let's see what they look like. We should get Eric Berry for a 1-year deal. Imagine us having Geno Atkins and Khalil Mack. I mean, that would be crazy, but imagine us creating our own Geno Atkins and Khalil Mack. Just saying. that would be actually better. It would be even better. Irvin Sine. Listen, Irwin, I don't know what it is with you and YouTube, but I don't know what it is, Irwin, but the last one you sent didn't show up either. Even the little $2 one, and those always come through. The last one you sent didn't show up either. You might want to just try to link on PayPal, bro. But I appreciate you always showing your love, man. You always come through for me, man. But it didn't come through. I don't know why. I don't know if they got something against you or what. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Well, me too. Might have something against me too. And I just got a question, a great question, Vincent. What do I think about the Bills releasing LaShawn McCoy? And he said we should get him. I'm not sure about that. We got running backs that are probably going to cost less. He's a great talent. It's just a matter of how much would he cost and would we actually win the bidding game? Because you probably got 10 teams right now already on the phone with his agent talking about what is it going to cost to bring him here. Always a great addition. Always a great addition. Yeah, we only got 44 minutes left and cuts, it'll be over. So it'll always be a great addition, but at the end of the day, would you even win that bid? We should go back to the Eagles. He should go back to the Eagles. It's a lot of teams going to be in play for that, though. It's a lot of teams going to be in play for it. You think the Fins will still try to trade Drake and Steals? Listen, when you on the block, you on the block. When you make it named, when you let it be known to other teams, this person is sellable, even if you take them off the block, you're going to get calls about it. So right now, they're on the roster. They're playing on our team. It is what it is. They're on our roster. No, we're not trading them. That's the consensus now. But the right deal comes, that changes like that. Same thing with Larry Tunsil. The league knows he's available for the right price. But they also know the Miami Dolphins ain't playing around. He available for the right price, but we ain't just gonna give him to you. You're gonna have to lose that trade to get him. So who want him? You're gonna have to lose the trade in order to get him. So who wants him? And nothing's wrong with that. I would trade any player on the roster as long as the other team lose the trade to get him. That's business. How you feel about the center guard we got from Indy? He impressed me when we played them last year. Ron was basically giving us a scoop on him earlier because I wasn't very familiar with him. I did my research. Right now, I feel like he's a plug-in. I think that right now I feel like he's a plug-in behind Kilgore. Ron makes a good point. When he learns the roster, he can have a shot to start. It just depends on how well this team is doing at the position at the time, in my opinion. But it also adds depth. See, I like the move for the simple fact that, first of all, we're trying to figure out our O-line, period. So we definitely don't have depth if we don't even know if we're confident in our old starters. But to bring guys like this in that are a little better than some of the options that we have on the roster right now, it's a win. It's a win. It's always a win. Has NFL experience and knows the coach, and the coach knows them. So this was a move straight out of the meeting room that says, "Hey man, try to bring this kid in. He had an upside that I think that I can continue to work with and make him someone who can potentially become a starter on this O-line." And that's all Flores wants. Bring him in, Greer, get it done. Get it done. 7th rounder, get it done. You put the onus on these coaches, man, to develop talent. That's what it's supposed to be about. You got to put it on them to develop talent, man. Y'all moving fast. Let me see. He was a starter too. Not the entire time, but yes. Yes, when you remember him, he was probably starting. Andrew Luck is going to come out of retirement in 3 years. I don't know why y'all keep saying that, man. No love for Miami, all even to the point where players like Clowney don't want to play for us. I talked about that earlier. Oh, yeah, Mr. Krabs. I talked about that earlier. We got to earn that respect from the rest of the league and these players. We got to get this bad reputation off of us. But the only way that you get that reputation off of us is by winning now with what you got. That will prove to players they got some good coaches over there. They were able to have a successful season with what everybody thought was no talent. That means those coaches over there putting their players in the best situation, in the best position to win, and they're developing those guys to become better. It's the only way that you overcome that stigma. The only way, man. Only way. LaShawn McCoy also was released by the Bills today. I know we talked about that earlier too, Jersey. Shout out to Jersey coming in the room. At TD Fins Talk, we have traded a 2020 7th round draft pick to Minnesota for guard Denny Isidora. Isidora was a 3-year first. Let me go back. Because I talked about this yesterday, but he was a starter at the University of Miami. How do you feel about the trade? He's definitely depth. Unless this coaching staff work wonders and for him to start, he's definitely depth. Not a starter in my eyes. Now, people keep on reporting this deal and they're getting the deal wrong. We traded for him, which could virtually be a free trade, or we actually win, and here's why. We got him. No, we gave away a 7th, and we got him. But people aren't talking about they gave us a 7th back. It's like a positional thing. We gave them a conditional 7th or something, and they gave us a I don't know the terms of the words of the 7th round pick. A undisclosed 7th round pick. What was it called? Not undisclosed. Maybe it was undisclosed. We actually got a 7th round pick as well. It was just undisclosed and the player. But some teams do things like that because they'll look at the Dolphins and say, we'll probably be higher on the charts as a 7 because the Dolphins are looked to be the worst team in the league. So let's swap 7s and move the guy. It's the same thing with Kiko. If you're going to cut him because you can't find nobody to trade him, then you try to find someone to swap picks and just hope that that team is worse than you. And it's a little bit more value you get. Every penny counts. Isadora hyped up by UM fans. I'm a UM fan. I ain't hyping him up. I ain't saying he's a bum, though. He was not great. He's a plug-in. But, again, I never write players off in their future because with the right coach, oh boy, with the right coach, all that can change. All of that can change. We should pick up Josh Doxson. Another receiver, Matthew? Listen, half the people that we're saying we should pick up mean that the reason why we're saying we should is because they have value and it's a bidding game. And I'm going to tell you now, it'll be freaking hard to get them if our positions are already straight, if we're already good at that position. Not that we wouldn't want to bring them in, but it'll be harder because they will decide not to come to Miami because they may think, oh, man, I mean, even if Miami signs me right now, they might waive me in a week or two. These guys are going to go to where they have their best shot of actually not even starting, just being depth. Everybody who's released right now, about 95% of them are going to go to where they at least got a shot of being some depth for a team. 95% of these guys ain't out here like, hey, man, let's see who want to pick me up. I'll start for them. No, your starter's already on the roster. So it's a bid. They're not gonna evaluate just the money because the Dolphins can offer a player $300,000 at the $3 million. Let's say the Dolphins said, hey, I don't know, just give me a sorry quarterback that just got released. Hey, we want to bring you in for $3 million. No, I don't use the quarterback as an example. Let's use the wide receiver position. Hey, we want to bring you in on a $3 million contract. Hypothetically, it ain't going to happen. But we want to bring you in for a $3 million contract at the wide receiver position. And another team who actually thin at wide receiver, we want to bring you in at 1.5. They going after the 1.5 because the $3 million don't mean nothing if they waive me next week. I'm going where I actually got a shot to make the roster so that money actually becomes real. So it's not just the bidding game. it's bidding as well as who roster do I actually have a legitimate shot of making? That's what's happening out here right now. So you gotta, if you want to bring something in on this team, you gotta just focus on the positions that we actually need someone. The O-line, players will come here. Defensive end, there's a chance they would come to try to make a name for themselves. Cornerback, they may come. Even a tight end here or there might even say, hey, I'll come sign and see if I can show you something. Those are the only positions I could think of right now where we would actually bring someone in. Or even win the battle over other teams to get them. Now, if we're still going to bring some guys in at the positions where we don't need help to work out and stuff, but that's simply because they're the last of the crop. All right, just see what else is out there. Team Drake's still alive. Hope he gets this one. Shout out to Shake Money, man. Man, y'all, I mean, come on. I never said we were going to cut Drake unless it was one of my joking moments. That would be ridiculous. Nah, we do. That'd be crazy. Brandon Marshall is a linebacker on the market. I know we talked about that way earlier, Matthew. Way earlier. Y'all hit that like button, guys. Y'all hit that like button. Punch that like button. David Boston looked strong this preseason. Fiends Army, shout out to you, man. As comparison to Kilgore, Evan got 69. Kilgore was rated 52.9, below average. And you think Flores care about what somebody rating was? Especially if, I don't know if you're talking about a Madden rating, but you think Flores care? Man, what are you showing me on that field? It's somebody in Madden right now I'm rated a 90, and this year they're going to play like they should have been 75. It's somebody in Madden right now rated a 30. Nah, ain't nobody rated 30. It's rated a 60 that after this year, it's going to say that they rated an 85. All that stuff don't matter. What are you going to do for me right now? That's what matters. Agreed. TNT tactical. What if Ryan Fitzpatrick does good for only the first few weeks, like last year when he was on Tampa Bay? If Ryan Fitzpatrick does good for the first few weeks and only the first few weeks, then he does good for the first few weeks and only the first few weeks. It is what it is. But I'm a firm believer that these coaches are always going to put us in the best position to win. And if his play starts to digress, he may lose his position on the depth chart. If it digresses, but we don't know if that would actually happen. What are the odds the Dolphins might attract Pro Bowl talent to their organization? The odds depend on if we win now with what we got. Otherwise, if we bring in Pro Bowl talent, we're going to be paying them a little extra premium. Not because they're a Pro Bowler, just because we want them in Miami. And some would argue we're not just necessarily looking for the Pro Bowl talent. We're not. Let me put it like this, guys. Imagine us going into next season with the same roster we have now. But we bring in another 40 guys in the offseason, unknowns. And we find another guy like Sam Eguavoen. We find another guy like Preston Williams, not at that position, but on our roster. We bring in a whole new slew of guys, and the same thing happens again. We develop talent, and now you're looking at some of the guys that were already here, and they done developed like Jerome Baker did. Are we not recognizing the progression without having to spend big free agency money? Are we not recognizing how we're progressively getting better? And we're actually catching up to our books? We're catching up to our salary cap and our problems that we always had? Some could argue right now, if we found a defensive end that blossomed and emerged, and at least 2 more offensive linemen that blossoms and emerges, and 1 more cornerback, 4 players, we ready for war. Some could argue that. Some could argue defensive end, 2 offensive linemen, 1 cornerback, we ready for war. Some could argue that. I just said defensive end. So if we look at what we just did in this offseason, why wouldn't we keep on doing this? And then we would actually have money to pay our young talent. We would actually have money to pay our young talent. And know all the ins and outs about them. And know all the ins and outs of how they practice and if they are a long-term fit. But some of us automatically assume because this top player is a free agent and we bring him in and give them big money, we know their tendencies and everything. And then when they don't work out, it's like we lost on that. For somebody we never had in the locker room, we want to spend big money in free agency. Ron said, I think we were a right tackle away from war. I agree with you, Ron. You know why? You're giving players like Hendricks and stuff credit. And I want to. I just got to wait to see. But I see what you mean. I see what you mean. We're right there. I was just playing devil's advocate by naming a defensive end, an opposite corner, and 2 offensive linemen. I was just playing devil's advocate to say a few more positions that we can probably want to be for sure about. But you might be right. Those guys might come on this year and show everybody what time it is in the Flores scheme. Man, all I'm going to say is if we win 11 games, it's going to be a lot of people that ain't got much to say. But right now, they do deserve the right to be able to be like, but it ain't going to happen, so what are you talking about? They deserve that right to say that. They do. They do. But we make that playoffs. We make the playoffs. I don't care how it comes. 9, 10, 11 wins. We make the playoffs. No depth. We're full of depth. Oops, 28th in penalties. If we can go to 14th in penalties, all the difference in the world. 28th. Shh. I ain't giving anyone credit. I just think we added young guys, and all they need now is for that soup. Soup to simmer. Soup to simmer. I'm actually with you on this, Ron. I believe it. Secondary covered, running backs covered, wide receivers covered, tight end covered, linebacker covered, defensive tackles covered. Number a few that you miss. Come on, TD, talk about Polite getting released. Why? Have we got him? Did we get him? It's a shock. But leave it to the other people in the AFC East. What's new? It's a shock. We got a good chance. A lot of things work in our favor. Miami native. All that good stuff. 3rd round pick. Defensive end. Gets cut. Under the coaching that he's under with Gase. Oh, we should be bringing him in. Let's see if he's a bust or not. Let's see, man. We shall see. But I don't want to get too much attention to it because there's so many factors, man. You never know, guys. A lot of people going to want him. Minka at the nickel or free safety. Nickel, man. Nickel. I just want the AFC East to be just between Miami and New England, Buffalo and New York can get lost. Man, I just wanted to be between Miami and Miami. That's it. We gonna own this division. He's only 21. I know. We have room on the linebacker squad for Polite. We only have 5. And Kiko wants out. That's true, Ron, but he's dual. He plays both, the line and linebacker, and that's why he would fit in this scheme so well. Bobby at the free safety. Yes. Rashad at strong safety. Yes. Minka in the nickel. Xavier Howard, Eric Rowe. Linebackers looking good. Defensive tackles look amazing. You could bring in maybe one more guy at the defensive end position just to feel comfortable. I think the guys we got can get it done, but just to feel comfortable. But, man, we are going to be the most underrated defense to start the season. The most underrated defense to start the season. Let's hit that like button, guys. 15 more to get 150 likes. The most underrated defense in the league to start the season, y'all. Most underrated, man. See, we only naming starting DBs. Who else we got? Well, we got to see after we make these cuts. We got to see after we make the cuts. Just in case we get any more shockers. Tua on TV. Man. What channel Tua on, man? You right, TD. Most underrated D. TD, let's talk about how everyone think we're going from second to last in our division. People literally said the Jets are about to win the AFC East. Now, don't get me wrong. I need y'all to understand this. The Jets are not going to be a pushover this year because, once again, they took the Chiefs approach, geared up. They took the Eagles approach. They geared up. They spent a lot of money. They brought in all this and all that, but it's not going to be long-term success. They're going to be a threat. So it's easy for people to say, oh, we're going to fall. I don't know why they're putting Buffalo over us, but I can see why people are automatically assuming that. Jets suck. TD, do you, Minka and Baker will be Pro Bowl this year? It'll be hard for Minka. Nichols don't get the respect they deserve in this league. He got to have actual stats that suggest it. Baker has a shot. He got the best shot on the entire defense, Jerome Baker. And Xavier Howard. Those two have the best shot out of anybody on the defense. On the team, hell. Best shot. Those two have the best shot on the entire team. And Jason Sanders. Those three have the best shot on the entire team to make the Pro Bowl. Rashad Jones ain't got the best shot because depending on what formation we in, you might see another player at the safety position at times. Tunsil is always going to be a product of the overall unit. Tunsil has a great shot if our O-line looks just good. Don't have to look great. Tunsil has a great shot if they just look good. If they perform below average, they're going to hurt Tunsil. It ain't Tunsil's fault. Same thing of last year. Tunsil should have been in the Pro Bowl, but he was a product of our overall offensive line. Who's going to be paying attention over there to Miami's offensive left tackle when they're the worst O-line in the league? Tunsil is a product of the line's success. Somebody said something that was fair too the other day. They put it on Twitter. How do y'all know that Tunsil ain't actually asked to be traded? And I sat back and I thought, and I was like, I hope not, but gosh, that's real talk. That's real talk. We all getting mad because of this and that and this. How we all know that he ain't asked to be traded? I don't think so. And not only that, Tunsil ain't take what happened personal. Somebody made another good point in the tweet last night. Why are people sitting here thinking Tunsil's taking it personal? when he sat there and watched them do it to Albert Wilson, Mike Pouncey, and several other players that were his veterans. He understands his business. He saw it happen to the guy that he replaced. Brandon Albert. Same thing happened. So why would he take it personal? That's just the media, these fake media people trying to make controversy in Miami. I hate the fact that controversy sells. And everybody clicks on the controversy. I hate that crap because it gives them the incentive to make stuff up like that more often. Players revolting. That wasn't the most fake thing I ever heard. That's worse than talking about we tank it. That's actually worse. Hold on, guys. 2 on ABC. Let me cut this off. Yeah. What happened? Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to look. I'll bring it to you right now. One moment, guys. You ready? 572. You need the extension cord too? Huh? All right, I'll bring it to you. Give me a second. You get something to this? All right. Thanks, guys. My bad. Let me see. Turn ABC on. See what they talking about. College football, Alabama Duke. Alabama Duke on TV. See what this guy doing, man. Miami Future on TV. Tune in, fellas. Pete, man. We glad you're here, man. We worry about you every day, bro. We worry about you every day with this Rosen stuff. So you done moved off of Rosen, now you're on tour? Let us know what's going on, man. Let us know what's going on. Who's watching Tua in Alabama play right now? Hopefully he gonna be a Dolphin this time next year. Can't believe y'all hope that for real. Did they already start playing? We have 3 picks in the first 2 rounds. Next draft, we can get a star defensive end and 2 offensive linemen, and we are all absolute dominant defense. Yep, and we ready to roll. We're ready to roll, and that's going to be Rosen's opportunity to start. We're going to have a whole year, if things work out the way I'd like for it to work out, we're going to have a whole year of a polished Rosen under this system. He should know it, the ins and outs. He get to really display his talent, and can he be the future? That's going to be his actual test next year. Unless Fitzpatrick just have his best season of his career and they bring him back for the second year and still say we don't need to rush Rosen. We shall see, man. He'll be polished by then. Yep. I believe in Rosen over Tua. Nah. Coach drafting Tua. Hey, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. People think that we supposed to just have the number 1 pick, huh? Okay. Y'all keep on living in that fantasy world like it ain't gonna be some teams that probably won't even win a game. It ain't gonna be us. It ain't gonna be us. Rosen can't beat Fitz, it's over. I guess if that's how you want to look at it. Yep, well said. But hey, man, it's something to be said about that. Raiders are getting to him. All right, I think this is his first try, man. I think the Alabama got the ball now in their first attempt. I might even commentate a little of this, man. Tua in the shotgun against Duke. 5-star team playing against a whole bunch of 1 and 2 stars. First and 10. Tua in the shotgun. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Tua hands it off. Jerome Ford gets 6 yards, man. No tanking. 30-second pick. No rookie QB. Trust me, guys. Have petition. Have patience. I think you meant to, right. And Josh Rosen will succeed. Hey, I'm with you. Oh, the football came out. Duke got the turnover. Yep, Duke just got the turnover. What happened? Christian Wilkins is Tom Brady killer. Yep, that's our QB, y'all. I don't even know what happened. I was looking down. If Rosen doesn't work out, they're always Trevor Lawrence. There'll always be guys, man. Did you hear about Kiko cleaning out his locker? Yeah, we talked about it already. We talked about that. Yep. Fitz is far better than Rosen. People sleeping on Justin Herbert. I ain't sleeping on no one. I just don't give a lot of merit to quarterbacks, college quarterbacks, until they get to the pros and prove it. Like you tripping. Y'all hit that like button, man. Duke in the red zone, man, on Alabama. That was a weird play. 13 minutes, 2 more cuts. Must be working hard to trade 2 guys. That's what I'm kind of waiting on, man. We got 13 minutes, and the 53-man roster is due, and we'll see what this team has, man. We'll see what they have. What the final is. Who are we going to pick up? I'm not sure, but Polite would be a nice addition. Polite would definitely be a nice addition. Saban is about to start screaming. Man, I want to see Tua throw the ball. That's it. I want to see if he keeps on going to his first progression, because everybody he play, he ain't never got to go to the second progression. And they going to say he got good field awareness and he can read defenses. They always make up these general terms that are straight false that we really don't know. I prefer Trevor over Tua. Yeah, Tua play like Pop Warner QB. Well, it ain't his fault. Uh-oh, end zone. Oh, incomplete. It ain't his fault. That's Saban. That's Saban. Saban want his team to be that way because he know how easy it is coaching Alabama. He going to get the best players. 1 through 11 are all 5-star players. He know how easy it is. He know his first progression every time is going to be open. Throw it to your first progression. That's it. He know it every time. He's so confident in throwing to the first progression, he throws picks. Tua throws picks. Right in the defender's arm because he feel like the first progression is supposed to be there. Fourth and 1. What you gonna do, dude? You gonna man up? Looks like they are. How can you say the man a bust and he haven't even played his first Junior game. Who, me? I never said anybody was a bust. You must be talking to somebody in the comment section. Oh, they didn't get it. They did not get the first. Wow. Not you, TD. No, I figured that, Weston. And shout out to you, homie. Tua just fits the Miami low key. And everybody who's in the money league of fantasy, guys, y'all need to email me because I got like 9 people's money now, and only 4 people have registered. So you need to email me so I can send you the link again just in case you didn't get it. And we talk about the money league. Y'all really love names. Exactly. Everybody fall in love with these names, man. Here we go. What's up, Tua? What you gonna do? Tua in the shotgun. Tua back to pass. First progression. Right out to the sideline. First progression. See, this is what people fall in love with Tua. The first progression guy. He completing them, no TD, but then you wonder why when guys like that get in the league and that first progression ain't open, they look like terrible. Then we wonder why they don't look good when the first progression in the NFL ain't open. They look terrible. Tua in the shotgun. Tua. Play action. Keeps his head downfield. Saw it deep the whole time. Intercept. Oh, almost intercepted. The Duke defender mad because he should have had it. He should have never slowed down. He only slowed down because the defender was in front of him. Look at it. Look at the defender. Slows down because he thought the ball was thrown shorter. Man. See, and this stuff I'm talking about. Tua threw the ball up in the air, and the man wasn't even open. Seven more minutes, man. We're going to have a 53-man roster, guys. Tua in the shotgun, 2nd and 10. Tua, well, we got maybe a timeout. Flag. Delay a game. Delay a game on Tua. Y'all know who owns delay of games. He sat back there watching the whole time. Second and 15. This is who we want to be our quarterback now. Shotgun, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Tua, back to pass. First progression, finds his guy. He swings out of traffic. Bad tackling. They get more than the first. They're going to get about 25 yards maybe on a 7-yard pass. Your TV has a delay. Yeah, it probably does. Well, you can see it. You can see what I'm talking about. You should evaluate it before me then. We should get Nate Stanley from Iowa. Listen, man. Oh, well, holding on offense, I think. Replay 2nd down. Never mind that. So when y'all watching Tua, and he's supposed to be the Rip Tupac said that Mark Walton was told by the team that he has made the roster per sources. We're going to verify in a few minutes. What I want y'all to watch when you watch Tua is every pass is first progression. That's number 1. Okay? Here we go. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Tua, back to pass. First progression. Quick pass. Right away. Every single pass in the national championship game was first progression. Every single pass. Not a single one that wasn't. Facts, y'all. Go check it out. And we fall in love with a player like that. And that ain't a knock on him. That don't mean he can't be great. But my point of the matter is there's too many unknowns. Too many unknowns. 3rd and 5. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. 2 in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking left, goes left. First guy, first down. And he's gonna be a victim of not being able to actually scout his true talent because you're looking at 11 5-star guys versus 11 1 and 2-star guys. So that first progression is gonna always be open. But so how do you evaluate him on the next level? You have to wait to see him in games where he's playing against another team that's full of 5-star guys. And the only time we get that is in the national championship. And what happened? He didn't look so 5-star. First progression in the middle of the field, he stared it down the whole time, got his guy. He puts in work, gets the first down. So if people want to say, why are you hating on Tua? Just watch what I'm talking about. He actually stares it down. And in the NFL, there is no such thing. Your first progression ain't typically open unless you're trying for a comeback route all the time on the sideline. These are facts, guys. Just watch what I'm saying. And it doesn't take away from his skill. He's delivering the ball. But it's too many unknowns to say that this is the guy you want to draft number 1 overall, possibly. Tua with the toss. It's a run. He's going to get 6 yards. The guy he tossed it to on a run. See, Tua throws his receivers open. Rosen can't do that. You call that throw him open? The guys are already open. It ain't a single guy he had to throw open. Everybody he done threw it to has been open, period. We ain't seen a throw in coverage yet, and the one that was almost got picked. Well overthrown. Tua, first progression. Look at that. Did you see that play? Did you see that play? That is proof right there. He not checking for the receiver. He just threw it. He just threw it. Did y'all just see that? That is proof right there. And that ain't Tua's fault. That is the receiver fault. Let's get that straight. But it exposed what I'm telling y'all. He already knows where he's going to go. Even if it's going to be an interception, let it ride. Because the way that this team is built, it should be open. That's why every pick he throws is almost right into the defender's hands. Because he don't care if the guy is open or not. He just assumed they should be. Now, this is the part of the game that nobody should say anything about. His ability to escape the pocket. And that's the part of his game that makes him coveted very highly. So when people come on my chat, you hating on Tua, show me the film to prove it. We're live right here. We are live right here, right now, seeing exactly what I keep trying to explain to people. Tua sucks all hype. I'm not going to say that. I'm not saying this man sucks all hype. But what I'm saying is, let's see him play some pro football where he plays against a great defense he actually got to read. Look at him, stared the guy down the whole time, overthrew it by 7 yards because the pressure was coming. His biggest attribute is the ability to escape the pocket and pick up a first down. If y'all watching this game like me, please tell me if I'm wrong. He's staring down every single receiver he throws to. I haven't seen this man change his face direction yet. Tua in the shotgun, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. But leave it to ESPN and everybody else. Tua is the next this and that. Tua hikes the ball, back to pass, looks left, throws left. Quick toss out of bounds. He threw it before the receiver was even out of the break. I'm telling y'all, it doesn't matter. And y'all right, this is Pop Warner football. This is how you teach the little kids. Just throw it, man. We just trying to get it done because there ain't no defense in Pop Warner really like that. Tua has 1 more year to mature. I mean, he ain't got an arm and everything, but that ain't the question about him. A toss to the left. They're pulling. Good defense. He's still going to get 2 yards, but they're going to force a third down situation. Oh, 4th down, actually. 4th down. See, teams playing against Alabama have to play man-to-man. They need to play man-to-man. Here we go. It's 401. Let me see it. Oh, that's a long field goal. Oh, man, I done turned the channel by mistake. No good. Alabama missed the field goal. No good. Keep bringing this energy. Bro, he has good receivers, too. I know. I told y'all. We fall in love with a quarterback who's surrounded by nothing but 5-star players. Half the team going to go to the NFL. And this ain't just Tua. It's plenty college quarterbacks that come out and they're the next great thing. We fall into that hype of the mainstream media selling these guys, marketing them, because it's the next subject. It gives them topics to talk about. You're not getting it. If you're talking to me, then help me get it. I'm all ears. Heisman Trophy, first round. Y'all let me know when was the last Heisman Trophy winner successful in the NFL? Isaiah Ford has been cut. There are reports that Kiko Alonso actually might have made the roster. Man, they still ain't got. Let me see. Tua staring down a bait receiver till main route develop. Listen, man. Listen. I'll wait for him to change his head and actually say that. And why do you got to stare down a bait receiver for the main routes to develop? That ain't NFL ready. In NFL, it don't matter if you stare down the main receiver. The safety ain't going to bite because you playing against a corner who can guard the receiver. So all I'm saying to you is you can play those games in college, staring down, waiting on the bite to get the big game. You can play those games in college, but it doesn't translate to the NFL. So that doesn't even matter. Wow, Ron. Dwayne Hendricks cut? Dwayne Hendricks cut? I got to confirm this. Man, how am I missing something? I don't see the 53. Well, I know they got 4 p.m. to return it into the NFL, but did they release it yet? TD going to eat crow on Tua. I'm not going to eat crow on Tua. I'm not saying this kid don't have something. I'm saying what we don't know he has because of the way that they run their scheme in Alabama. I don't know why people miss the points that I try to make. They think that I'm saying that Tua sucks. Tua's not good. Why this and that, and this. I've never said that. But in some people's mind, they transfer the fact that I say that the way his game is formulated and what we see, it leaves too many unknowns for us to say he's going to be the number 1 overall pick and to say that that's a smart move over a trench player. It leaves too much to actually say that. I never said anything down or bad about the guy. He's staring his receivers down because that's the way that Saban wants it. And nothing's wrong with it if he's going to always be open. If that's what Saban is asking for. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not going to eat crow. He can come be better than Dan Marino for all I care. He might. He still got that potential. We might actually see him have to read defense and he reacts very well and does it very well. He might do it. But all I'm going off is what I got. All I can go off of is what I see. And what I see tells me the media is building someone up bigger than what they really know. He has great field awareness and can read a defense. That's what you're going to hear. What evidence do we have to prove that? That's all I'm saying. It's how they build a player. It's how they build a player up to be the next this and that. Come on, y'all know they need their guys for controversy for the draft every year. That's all it is. That's all it is. They're going to make you better than they know you really are because you're the best thing they know right now. Because you went to a national championship. You're the biggest name. That's what it's about, man. Well, we got a flag on 3rd and 5. And as I continue to say things like this, 6 running backs and 4 tight ends. What did I tell you, Rip? What did I tell you about the running backs? And I had 4 tight ends. I had 5 running backs. I said if they don't keep Rudder, they're going to do an extra running back. Ooh, nice blitz by Alabama. They just rocked Duke quarterback. They just rocked it. Man, can somebody send me this 53? Because I ain't found it yet. Miami is going to trade a running back. What did I tell you, Rip? I said because if they keep the extra one, they'll still have somebody like Drake to be trade bait. I told me and Rip was talking about this yesterday. Me and Rip was talking about this yesterday, going back and forth on text. I said if they don't keep Riddick, they're going to keep an extra running back, and then they're going to probably trade a running back. I'm not saying it's Drake, but I'm just saying they might trade a running back. The run game is on, bro. Listen, you ain't gonna use 6 running backs now. Come on now. We're gonna have 6 on the roster, but y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is right now. They might think that they have enough talent on this roster overall that one of these guys in the middle, Drake, Balaj, is going to get dealt. I ain't ruling out Balaj either. I'm just letting y'all know. I ain't ruling him out either. But somebody might get dealt. I'll try to find the 53, please, because I know y'all going off of tweets of what people are reporting is the final, but I'm waiting to see the full 53. Still praying for our O-line. Roster is posted on Twitter. All right, let me go on over to Twitter. Twittisker. All right, let's see. I'll just use my phone. All right, let's see what they're talking about. You watching Alabama Tua, not so good. Clemson quarterback Lawrence is the one entering this draft. But next, Tua sucks in my opinion. Can't handle the heat from Duke. Man, this game early. Y'all know how teams like Alabama are. Next thing you know, you look up in the third quarter, it'd be 40 to 10. TD, go check Finsider website. They show up-to-date cuts. All right, let me see. Let me check this Twitter out first, man. All right, our roster. Team makes roster moves. Our roster now stands at 53 players after the roster moves. Here we go. We got 6 running backs. Somebody getting traded, baby. Somebody getting traded. This ain't what I was looking for. I'm trying to pull it up now, guys. I'm trying, guys. Dolphins have 43 players aged 24 or younger. Yeah, y'all was saying go to this or that to keep up with all the cuts. I got all the cuts, but it's hard to look at to see who actually made it, like from a mental standpoint when you don't see who actually on the roster. You lose translation when you talk about the cuts. All right, Tua in the shotgun, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Hands it off up the middle, 7 yards. We waived Isaiah Ford. I know, man. I told y'all since 2 years ago, man, Isaiah Ford is going to be a victim of the roster. He's a talent, but can he really beat out the guys we already got? I've been telling y'all that. And I think a lot of us thought Isaiah Ford would make it just because of his performance playing with Josh Rosen. Trevor didn't play as bad as his stats said if you actually saw the game. Trevor? You mean the other night with the 2 picks? He had a little rust, but he looked good overall. But I know one thing about Trevor. He popping back and he looking around. But what we watching right now is a quarterback who's going to throw the ball where he's supposed to throw it no matter what the defense is doing. I don't watch Alabama games. I hate Saban and what he did to us. I don't watch Alabama either, other than evaluating Tua here and there. But I'm going to watch a few more games this year just in case something, transpire and our team needs to make a decision on quarterback. Just to understand if my perspective changes and Tua just start. I mean, my thing is, my thoughts won't change on Tua unless I see him have to read defenses and he actually do it. What up, True? Dolphins killing me, man. What's surprising is Gaskins made the roster as of now. You found it, Rip? Send it to me, bro. Please, y'all understand, whatever our roster is right now ain't the final roster, man. You know how many players we about to bring in? You realize how many players we're about to bring in? We're going to trade a few of them, bring in a few more. It's not, man. Come on. All right, here we go. Depth chart. All right, here we go. We got it, baby. We got it. Oh, I wish they had it by position, but they just got the team as a whole. All right, we got Walt Aikens makes the roster at safety. Kiko Alonso makes the roster despite cleaning out his roster. I mean, his locker room, his locker. He might get traded just because of it. Man. Jerome Baker, of course. Kalen Balazs, of course. Evan Bohm. Well, we know because we just made the move for him. Shaq Calhoun makes the roster. Chandler Cox, we knew. Jesse Davis, we knew. Michael Dieter, we knew. John Denny, we knew. Kenyon Drake, we knew. Sam Egwavon, we knew. Minka Fitzpatrick, we knew. Ryan Fitzpatrick, we knew. Surprisingly, Myles Gaskins in the game. Chargers have given Gordon permission to look for a trade. That just in, the Chargers have given Gordon permission to look for a trade, just so you know. They have given this guy permission to look for a trade. All right, let's keep it moving. Until one or two of these guys traded, I don't even think that's relevant for us. But we shall see. All right, let's keep it going. And that's crazy. We're not talking about Gordon about a month and a half ago, him or Kenyon Drake. And the consensus was he was a better version of Kenyon Drake. All the stats show you too. better catching the ball out the backfield. That actually shocked me. I thought Drake was better, but, well, at least statistically, Gordon's actually better. Yards per rush, better. Tua just changed his progression. Oh, we got a flag on holding. And he hits his check down. Oh, he's going the distance, but it's probably going to come back for holding. No, he ain't going the distance. That's about 60 yards. Tua, that was nice. Tua said, hut, left, right. It probably was designed that way. You ain't going left. You just go and go all the way to your check down. And they coming back. It's a holding. That's crazy. It was the first time he didn't go to the first progression, but it looked like it was designed that way. Because he didn't say hike and look for it. He said hike, He hit his check down. That was a smart play. 1st and 20. Didn't even matter, man. Said, Ron, stop it. Drake over Gordon. You all tripping. Ron, now we really disagreeing on that. I'll repeat. Here we go. Tua in the shotgun, 1st and 20. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Running back behind him despite being in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. Ooh, running back gets outside. Good read. But he's going to pick up 7 or 8 yards. Make it a 2nd and 12 or something like that. All right, let's keep it moving. After shockingly Myles Gaskins make it, that's because coaches are watching your channel. I told y'all Duke not trash. Well, we're going to see by the end of this. Tua in the shotgun, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Blitz coming. He lets it go right away. He finds his first progression on a wide receiver quick screen. So it's going to be 3rd and short. We also got Minkah Fitzpatrick. Wait, hold on. Sam Egwavon, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Myles Gaskins, Mike Gesicki, Devon Gottschall, Jakeem Grant, Matt Hack, Terrell Hanks made the linebacking unit. That's one that we didn't know if it would happen or not. Terrell Hanks makes the linebacking unit. I know, Ron, we ain't going to agree on everything. Tua veers right, finds his first guy, 1st down. Charles Harris, as we knew. Montre Hardage at safety. Xavier Howard, Allen Hurns. Hurns made it. I told y'all when he came in. A lot of people was like, oh, Hurns ain't going to be the one that makes it, though. They just brought him in for more practice competition. That's what everybody was saying to me. I told y'all Hurns is a guy that'll make this roster. Get that straight now. Oh, that should have been holding. But Hurns made the roster. Danny is the order. But hey, he just got signed. We knew that. Rashad Jones, Kilgore, Patrick Laird. I felt he was gonna make the roster anyway. Chris Lemons, congratulations to him because I wanted him to make the roster. Didn't know if he would, but he earned it. Let's see here. Tua in the shotgun on 2nd and 1. Tua hands it off. And it's going to be 3rd and 1. They're going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Ledbetter, defensive end. He beat out Hendricks. So he's the next guy up to make a name for himself. Bobby McCain, we knew. Raekwon McMillan. Chris Myarick at tight end. That's an eye-opener. Chris Myarick at tight end. That is a guy that nobody, I think, actually had on theirs that I know of. Chris Myarick. So he has made the roster. And probably in the blocking game, by the way. Nick O'Leary, Nate Orchard, Devontae Parker, Isaiah Prince has made the roster. Chris Reed, Josh Rosen, Eric Rowe, Jason Sanders, Durham Smith. Tua in the shotgun. Tua back to pass, staring down the middle of the field. And he is just not there. Now he's running. That's the crazy thing about Tua. It's like he stares down the field and sees it's not open, and he's just waiting on it to be open. Gosh, move your head. You might have two other guys that's out on the route that's open. He kept his eyes down the middle of the field the whole play. Never looked any other way. Just was like, this is where I got to go. He literally like, oh, it's not there. No, it still ain't there. Come on, man. 2nd and 7. Tua, play action. Good boot. Good bootleg. Here we go. Durham Smith, Zach Stirrup, Kenny Stills, Vincent Taylor, Laramie Tunsil. Oh, they did a hurry up. Andrew Van Ginkel, Mark Walton. Mark Walton has officially made it. Breon probably ain't in here, but his boy done made it, man. They in a hurry up now to try to get Duke off guard, and it's working. Tua, play action. Staring in the middle, goes in the middle, gets his guy. Oh, he's going to run in for the touchdown dive. He gets it. Touchdown, Alabama. Adolphus Washington, Christian Wilkins, Preston Williams has made it. Albert Wilson and Jamal Wiltz. Ricardo Luis is on injured reserve. And Kendrick Norton, well, we already know about Kendrick Norton, who lost his arm due to amputation. He's going to be on the roster the whole year because they guaranteed the salary, but it's reserved non-football injury. Martin Walton might get suspended. Maybe. But it ain't a bad player to even have on the roster just in case he does get suspended. You can fill that roster spot for the time being until he's eligible. And you don't have to worry about losing him as well to another team. So we got our roster, guys. I'm going to be honest. It ain't no surprises. He sounded disappointed Tua threw a touchdown. I ain't disappointed. I don't care. I ain't an Alabama fan to be rooting. He stared down the middle. His tight end was wide open in the coverage through the seam. He threw it to him. Tight end bounced outside, ran it in for the touchdown. Why do I care if he makes a touchdown or not? I don't care. I can care less if he makes a touchdown. I ain't no fan nor a hater of him. I'm just evaluating him. Pointing out the simple fact that I see no evidence of him being able to read defenses. But watch when draft time comes around. He's an exceptional talent, has a great arm, knows how to read the defense. Let me tell you what lazy analysts call knowing how to read the defense. High completion percentage. They look at high completion percentage and say, he can read the defense. Check. That's what they do. And we sit there and we soak it up because a ex-NFL player tells you he can read a defense on TV. Instead of a real analyst saying, there's still some questions about Tua. Can he actually read defenses? If you look at majority of the plays, 90% of his passes are to his first progression. 90% of his passes are to his first progression. But you ain't going to get an analyst talking real stuff. They ain't going to talk the real deal, real analysis. You know why? They don't even watch the freaking kid. And when they do watch them, they don't watch them to analyze them. They watch them. They sitting at home chilling, just like we are, but I'm actually analyzing it. And they going like this on their phone on Twitter, trying to get their Twitter followers up. It was like, oh, Tua threw another pick, a touchdown. And then they go on Tua. I bet you it's ESPN analysts right now tweeting that guy Tua starts the season off with a TD. First TD of the season. Look poised, hitting his receivers at will all over the field. That's what they tweeting right now. That's exactly what they tweeting. Tua hitting his receivers all over the field. Picking up where he left off last year. He makes gain on becoming the first round pick again. That's what they're doing right now. And they're selling it to the people who don't even watch, but they're like, tank for Tua. The people that don't watch and all they're doing is reading tweets. Tua's still doing his thing, man. I hope we get Tua. That's what a Dolphin fan doing right now. They ain't watching Tua play. They reading the tweet that says that, and they like, Tua balling. Man, how nice that'll be if we got Tua. Oh, man, I hope we get Tua, man. That's what they doing right now, a Dolphin fan. Plenty of them in this world. Reading tweets that don't show the whole picture. It ain't popular to be critical anymore. It's not popular to be critical. If I wasn't as critical as I am right now, if I wasn't critical of Kenyon Drake, Josh Rosen, Jerome Baker, and a lot of the players, I probably had 10,000 subscribers right now. Finsanity, Yahoo decides it. Yahoo randomly decides the draft order for fantasy. If I wasn't very critical of players, Xavier Howard, if I wasn't critical of him, so many more people will be listening to me right now. But that ain't what this channel is ever going to be. I'm going to be critical of everybody. Everybody. Because it's supposed to be our future. It's supposed to be the guys that bring us to a Super Bowl. And what we've been missing in Miami for a long time is people being critical. As long as you point out the good things with the critical, then you're being fair. Kiko gone, TD. Did they just trade him or something? Because he was on the Dolphins website and on the 53-man roster. Did something just happen with him? Y'all got to let me know what happened. Let me type it in. The Dolphins website had him on the 53. Oh, that's one person keeps saying he gone. Ooh, good blitz coming from the safety position. Alabama. No, they said that Kiko's still on the roster, man. It's actually a headline. Miami Dolphins cut Isaiah Ford, Kiko Alonso, and 5 running backs on the roster. I thought it was 6. Y'all keep on putting that yet in there. He's not gone yet. I still think we could have traded him. It's still possible. If Tua is so good, what happened in championship game? He choked. That's what happened. Well, no, I ain't gonna say he choked. I'm gonna say that Clemson took away his first progression every chance they got, and he just didn't know what to do because Saban don't let me look at other progressions. Just do your job. Look at the first pick he threw in the championship game. My mama wouldn't have threw that pick. The defender was right there, but when you got a quarterback that's so set on height, that's the guy. That's scary, y'all. That's scary. It's scary. Tua did win a championship game, though. Yeah, I mean, with that roster, you should win unless you go up with somebody with an equal roster. 5 running backs, 1 fullback. Yes, you're right. I don't know why I keep on discounting the fullback. Kiko should just be cut. Stop trying to pawn off his big salary for a 6th-round pick. At the end of the day, what's wrong with trying to get something, Ron? Something, if you can. You got to do your due diligence and try. Or, truth be told, let them play. Sources say if Hendricks clears waivers, Dolphins want him on practice squad. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer at this point of who we cut that we would still want on practice squad. I think it's a no-brainer at this point. Hendricks is on the team, Ron. He's not on the team. He has to clear waivers to make the practice squad. And when he clear waivers, y'all got to understand what clear waivers mean. That means no other team picks him up on the waiver. He can get picked up by another team and we have no say. He got to clear waivers. People think clear waiver mean we waived you and just wait another day and now you're clear and now we can go get you. No, he got to clear waivers. All the teams ahead of us got to say no, 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 no. Back to us, let's get him. Yeah, I reported that about 10 minutes ago. Thanks to a great source that Gordon has received permission to get a trade to talk to other teams. So we got another big name out there, Gordon, available. But hey, look for the look for the charge now, man. Now you better look for them to possibly want to. Hey, y'all offering Kenyon Drake? Y'all crazy if y'all don't think teams calling the Dolphins right now. Like, hey, what would y'all want for Kenyon Drake? What would you want for Kalen Ballage? Tua, first progression, hits him again. Behind the line of scrimmage, and it goes for about 20, 25, 30 yards. A -1 yard pass turns into 30 yards, man. That's what you call a talented team, ladies and gentlemen. Well, actually, a positive 1 yard pass. Chargers got a good running back room, though. Yeah, they have a good running back room, but is it still that good whenever they lose Gordon? They may still got talent, but is it still as good? My bad at work. Been off and on the chat. That's what's up. Tua, back to pass. First progression. Hits him. First down. Too easy. Too easy. How can you really evaluate somebody like this? And this is about 80% of his season. Every year he done played so far. It's too easy, man. And they call this, they say you can evaluate this. Watch this. I'm going to simultaneously say when he slapped the ball. Tua. Oh, well, he hands it off. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Tua 13 of 16, 166 yards, 1 touchdown. Numbers already better than Trevor. Y'all see what I'm talking about? You see what the numbers show, but you see what the numbers don't show? I'm glad you put that up. Y'all see what the numbers don't show? I'm pointing it out for everybody watching this game. Nobody been able to tell me I'm wrong in what I done said just now. Well, I think he got the first. I believe he powered forward for it. The running back. Nobody been able to tell me I'm wrong in what I've been saying. Do you see what the numbers don't show for Tua? So far, he having a monster game. We in the first half, he got 166 yards, about 75% completion percentage. More than 75, actually. Almost 80. And a touchdown? Oh, my gosh. Let anybody who don't watch the film, they'll say, sign me up right away. You wonder why I don't look at all the Heisman winning quarterbacks and all the spectacular numbers. Look at that. First progression across the middle, wide open. He runs for another 18 yards. And he just keep pushing forward. Now he in the 5-yard line. Wow, against Duke, who's playing corner? You? It must be. Must be. Running back. Touchdown. Another touchdown, Alabama. Mike, neither does Alabama player in Nick Saban era. Where's Zion at? Tua numbers better than Trevor at halftime. Is that supposed to mean anything? Is the numbers supposed to mean anything to make him better because of the numbers? Is that what it is? Come on, buddy. Let's talk Fins, man. I'm actually about to end the stream, man. I just wanted to know who the 53-man roster was. I was kicking it with y'all for a little bit. Talk about this Tua thing because people say they want him to be the next quarterback, even though we don't know if he can read a defense. Facts. We don't know if he can or not. So for me, I would never draft a quarterback in the first round that you don't know if he can read a defense. I would never. And then on top of it, it ain't not a single offseason workout that these guys do in the combine or anything that shows that they can read a defense either. It's just all attributables in the combine. The only time you can see if somebody can actually read a defense because they don't have any drills that show if you can read a defense or not. They don't have them. The only time you see if a quarterback can read a defense is real game time. And it's not his fault that we don't know if he can or not. It's just the system. But it is discouraging to see that some of the throws he makes that are boneheaded is only because it's a product of him just throwing it, not having to read the defense. We traded a second and a fifth for a QB who can't read a defense. Ron, that's false. Why do we ignore everything we got back? We ignoring everything we got back. And at least it was a second round pick and it wasn't a first. Are they going for it? Oh, yeah, well, they have to. Second and goal. They didn't give it to him. Touchdown on the run. They get it the second time. What if Rosen don't play all this year and next year plays and be trash and we end up with the first pick, one pick or high pick to get Lawrence? That's a possibility. But at least one thing I'll tell you, Edson, because I'm be honest, I would actually like that option better than getting a quarterback next year. I would like that option so much more. You know why? Because at least we know that by then our trenches situation should, in theory, look so much better. So whoever we do get in 2021, at least we bringing them into a position to where we can actually evaluate them fairly because they might have some protection. I'm all for that option. All for it. I actually prefer it. And give Tua next year with zero excuses. We would have been able to got an offensive line in the draft and everything. Not Tua, give Rosen. Give Rosen next year with zero excuses. And you'll know all you need to know. And I'll even go a step further. Draft a quarterback next year anyway, just in the later rounds. Tell me how I'm wrong, TD. In regards to what again? I forgot what your last comment was. Let me see. How was that false? Let's see. What did Ron say? We traded a second and a fifth. I didn't say you were wrong that we traded a second and fifth. I said you're wrong for not talking about everything we got back in return. See, it's easy to tell somebody that's like me trading for Gordon right now and giving away 3 first rounders. Everybody will be like, why would we do that? But if I said we traded for Gordon and we just swapped all the first rounders, oh, okay. Don't leave any of the information out is what I'm saying. Rosen can't read a defense. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know if he can. Time will tell. Time will tell, but that's why he's not starting. So rightfully so. I'm talking about the fact that you said we gave away a second and a fifth for somebody who couldn't read defenses. That's not true. We didn't give away just a second and a fifth for Rosen. We got stuff in return as well. Let me help you, TD. Guys, can't tell how good a QB is when his first read is always open. Any NFL QB will pass minimum 95% if initial read is wide open. Exactly. Any quarterback will complete passes at a high percentage if the first read is always open. And that is the luxury Tua Tagovailoa, however you say it, has. That is the luxury he has. You cannot evaluate that. And we wonder why these top quarterbacks coming out of college look boo-boo trash in the pros because the first read ain't open at a high clip like that. TD think that Tua should go with the first option when the second option is open. Once again, people don't listen. Never said that. I said he's a victim of the first option always being open. You have to go with the first option. I already said it ain't his fault. He's playing on a 5-star team. I think what y'all doing is trying to find the negative in what I'm saying about Tua when there is no negative in what I'm saying. All I'm pointing out is what his game and situation doesn't tell us that you need to know to draft him in the first round. Y'all trying to find the negative I'm saying about him. I'm not saying anything negative about him. I'm saying what his game shows us and what his team shows us, we can't tell how it'll translate into pros because he doesn't have to read his second progression. That's a big unknown. And that's the same unknown that every team has when they draft these top picks. And we wonder why they don't work out in the NFL and they look like trash in the NFL. Not saying Tua's going to look like trash. I'm talking about how all these guys look when they come into the NFL. All your Heisman winners, 90% of your first round picks, they don't work out because they didn't have to read defenses in college. So if you're finding some negative in what I'm saying about Tua and all of that, you just want there to be a negative so that you're right. How can you not have, how many more? I got to go back to school and figure out how to communicate with people and paint the picture of what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a case of people wanting me to be wrong so much that they're trying to find the gap in what I'm saying. I don't know. But it's pretty common sense of what I'm saying. It is not a knock on Tua. It's an unfortunate reality. Tua is faced with an unfortunate reality, but truth be told, it won't be unfortunate for him because you're always going to get somebody buying into what they still don't know. Somebody's going to draft it. Somebody's going to draft the unknown. And all I'm saying is if you look at the history in the last 5 years, it's not a good idea to do that. It's not a good idea to do it. Because none of y'all can tell me right now Tua can read defenses. None of you can tell me he can, and none of you can tell me he can't. Even if you love Tua, you disagree with me. If you can sit here and tell me he can or he can't, you don't know that. But you want your first round pick to be somebody who you don't know can read it? So let's just settle with a trash QB like we have instead of taking a risk. No, taking a risk is taking a quarterback in the 6th round and they turn out to be Tom Brady. That's taking a risk. Go look at Tom Brady's college film. One thing you can see on his college film, in which why he was drafted anyway, is that he could actually read defenses. He just ain't put up the stats of all the first-round guys because he didn't play with nothing but 5-star players. Now, he had some good players on his team. Oh, I'm glad you said what you just said. I'm glad you just said what you said. Oh, so take a risk. So just stick with trash players instead of taking a risk. No, taking a risk is doing your job by scouting talent and picking up a quarterback in the 4th or 5th round that you know can read a defense. Now you want to see how that translates by putting him around pro players. Truth be told, a 4th-round pick quarterback who can read a defense is better than a 1st-round pick quarterback who you don't know coming out of college can read a defense. Truth be told, Larry said, oops, that impressed me. So we're gonna settle for trash. Man, from your perspective, it's trash. Tom Brady's trash from your perspective. That's what you're telling me. First progression, wide open. Nothing's wrong with it, though, Tua. Take a chance. Take a chance on a guy who throw picks because he's so used to just throwing the ball. I thought this was fans talk. This is fans talk. We talking about our team and making draft decisions. We talking about our team and draft decisions. I mean, unless y'all want me to say for the 1,500th time, Kiko made the roster. We got 5 running backs and a fullback. I mean, I can keep repeating that. I can keep looping it if you want. Remember AJ Carl a couple of years ago? We should fix the trenches before we do anything, including drafting the quarterback. I agree. Ooh, 31. They're not going to get it. But it's your boy, man, TD from TD Fans Talk. He said, keep preaching it, bro. Some fans can't stand the truth. I speak the truth, but I guess that's a foreign language to some people, man. And it ain't like and the crazy thing, it ain't like it's coming from me. I mean, am I not just talking about common sense that all of our eyes can see? Yeah, I'm speaking it and I'm bringing that conclusion. I noticed it, so I'm gonna talk about it. But it don't take nobody special to notice what I'm talking about right now. And it's all fact. It's all fact. Tua might be the best quarterback of all time in the NFL before it's all said and done. My only point in all of this is you'll be drafting someone that you don't know if they really got the full game or not. That's what you want your 1st-round pick to be. Someone we don't know if he has the full package or not. But listen to the mainstream media, this guy got more than the full package. And I'm pointing out the obvious right here. That's why when every time somebody be like, man, this dude hating, he delusional. That tells me you don't even pay attention to football. You're a mainstream media person. Even the people disagreeing with me right now with why wouldn't we take a risk, at least by saying why would we take a risk is acknowledging the point I'm making is correct. To even say why wouldn't we take a risk? Hey, that's a good point, man. My homie Vincent sent me a message, said, TD, ask everybody who was the last Alabama quarterback to win a playoff game or a Super Bowl in the last 20 years. Oh, good point. Good point. But ain't they ain't they supposed to be coveted national championship winners and the best ones coming out? Good point. You're assuming he can't read a defense. Once again, somebody ain't paying attention. How many times do I got to tell y'all, I don't know if he can and I don't know if he can't. But you want your first round pick to be somebody who you don't know something about? Like, why do people keep on, like they, oh my gosh, like, do people listen? It's not his fault he's surrounded by top flight talent. Ain't that what I keep repeating, Manuel? I say it out of my own mouth. It ain't Tua's fault. He's a victim of his surroundings. It's not his fault he's going to enter into the draft with unknowns. But I wouldn't take a chance on unknowns because he throws picks sometimes straight to the defender and don't even care about reading it sometimes. Like the people that clap back, it's like maybe they're listening and then they turn the channel off and then I make a point, they come back and then they're like, they say what I already said. Ooh, good catch. Good catch. Good throw. In coverage. That was nice. But we don't have any Bama quarterbacks on our team. But all right, guys, man, this TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, man. We got what we got. We're going to let some of this dust settle. We're going to see who get traded. We're going to see all of those different things. Shout out to everybody. If I do go live again today, it'll be about the draft that'll take place tomorrow, about the point system and the rules and those type of things. So y'all tune into that later if you're interested in it. We'll be live talking about it. If I go live tonight, otherwise it might be tomorrow, or we'll just draft with the default because a lot of people didn't hit me back on even the time response. But it's your boy TD from TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I appreciate all y'all hanging out with your boy and chilling with me, man. TD will talk trash about a player, then we'll say, who knows? He might be the best player every day. What have I said trash about Tua? I ain't going to get into it. I'm going to end this stream. But for that comment, you can't even tell me the one thing I said bad about Tua. You can't tell me the one thing bad I said about him. At all. Oh, he going deep again. Oh, pass interference. He never turned his head. But I don't think they get goal line in college. But yeah, man, never said nothing bad about the man. Never. I said he always hit his first progression, and it shows his arm. He can get it there, and he always delivered. Never said anything bad about the kid. I say he never turns his head, and I said it ain't about him. That's just the style of football that they allow when they play. It's your boy TD from TD Fans Talk. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. See y'all, man.